R6. Welcome, gentlemen, to another day, a very exciting day and a very important, crucial day for a lot of players because we're only doing the lower bracket today. 4 players, but at the end, we will only be having 1 player going up to that main final top 3 stage. So it's a very important day for those players, especially after yesterday, after the things settled down. What are you guys thinking about today? Because we're going to be having those 4 players just playing over and over again. If you win, you get to fight the other side of the winner immediately after. So we only have 3 matches tonight, but very important. Best of 5s are going to continue. R6, are you ready to roll today?
G-Clef ready, and I'm just so excited that tonight 3 of the players are going to be sent home. They're going to be just eliminated. However, one of them is going to make it through this Shark Tank alive, and I can't wait to see who that is. I think they're going to pull out all the stops, and we're going to have another amazing show yet again.
Oh yes, it's going to be amazing. Valky, what do you think is going to happen tonight?
Oh, I'm excited to be here, G-Clef. Yesterday, we got to see an absolute bloodbath of players duking it out, and especially in that lower bracket when players really have their tournament lives put on the line, bring out their best. And today we are seeing completely only that, so I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, yes. Nero Facepump, SYAC Light. Only 4 players will be playing today, battling for that 1 slot. Only 1 chair left in that top 3. Facepump, the only one who had a 3-0 victory from yesterday. So maybe at some more time, some less strategy reveal compared to the others. But we do have the overview ready. Let's go over the overview first. Same drill, but 2 days already gone for the main matches. Lower bracket 2, lower bracket 3, that's what we're going through tonight. And 2 weeks after, when we bring all the players to Korea for that awesome offline stage. And by the way, I forgot to mention yesterday, the 1,000-seat offline was sold in about 1.5 minutes. It sold out, of course.
My goodness.
It was sold out in 1.5 minutes, which means basically you have to immediately click and check out. If you missed it, you missed it. So finals are, it's sold out, and maybe you can find a cancel sheet, a seat somewhere, but it's gonna be full, packed. 1,000 seats with the top 3. And we know the other 2. Goemyang Mi Xiao, they made it from yesterday, but the 3rd spot. Champion, 50,000. 2nd, 20,000, 10,000, and 2.5. As long as you're in the qualifiers. And, black and white on the right. Ouch. Mutsumi, Kukubat,
yeah,
gone.
you're going to see more of those tonight.
Oh, yes, we're going to have
coming through.
More black and white.
Si gana Light, no, como que Kim para Flan, boludo. El Face también, qué mierda, ojalá elija a Mort, boludo. De acá, bueno, Eligios no estaría tan mal. De acá, también, yo quiero que gane Mort, boludo. Mort o Lidica. Quiero que le den skin a Mort o a Lidica, boludo. No acepto otro tipo. No acepto otro tipo más de skin. Otro personaje. Espero que no sea una skin pedorra o muy fanservice.
There's an event icon on the left, and you shouldn't miss it. It's really hard to miss, but you get extra energy every day, so make sure to do the dailies along with them. Here's a tournament tree, updated with last night's result. Facepump defeating Mutsumi 3-0. Light defeating Kukubat 3-2. So we'll have the lower bracket winners and the losers from the semifinals will be battling tonight. Goemyang Mi Xiao, they're already up in the upper bracket finals, so they do not have to play today. They're already in that top 3 slots.
Tenemos al Kijay contra el Xiao en los upper bracket finals. El que gane se va para la gran final.
All best of 5s.
Tenemos pues a Light y el Siak. Y el Nero y el Facebook en el tema del lower bracket. Los dos que ganen se van ya a la final del lower bracket y de ahí se van para el gran final el que gane de ellos.
Will be in that slot, Nero, Facepump, SYAC or Light will be the big question. Oh boys, Who do you think's gonna make it? 1 out of 4. But it doesn't really work in that way. It's not 25%. Who did you vote for? Let me know. Just me. Just tell me. No one else. Who did you vote for in your predictions? Car, want to go first?
Sure. So for tonight, I think. Oh,
coupon.
Before I finish that sentence, make sure you get that coupon, guys, right here.
This coupon. Oh, actually, main on the dash third on the dash E7WC 2025, and oh man, we're getting some. I know. We don't need gold anymore because unequipped costs will be free. Charms, thank you for some extra
ahí están los códigos.
charms with the leaves. Main third, E7WC 2025. Thank you for writing in chat. It should be pinned soon enough. And we have more. This is not the only coupon. Then, whoo! You cannot miss this.
Ooh,
you have 3 weeks
emoji.
to put this coupon in. Yeah, make sure to put it, go to the event tab. It looks like bulletin board next to the lobby icon. And then just type it, scroll down, and then you'll find the coupon. If you can't, we also have a separate website to put the coupon in. So make sure to know. If you just Google it, there are a lot of posts that tells you how to do it. So just search up. It's not that hard. It's in-game also. E7WC 2025.
Epic 7 coupon code never fails on Google.
Oh, yes. And also a PC client. Also very good. It's also made. So with the 2 coupons, now let's go back to car 6.
Como que me están cagando acá.
We're saying.
Yes, sir. So I think I really want Facepump to make it through, but his opponent Nero is looking so strong. So I'm going to give a slight edge to Nero. And then on the bottom side, I think Mr. Light, I've been rooting for him the entire time. He hasn't failed me yet. Well, maybe one time. However, I think tonight he's going to look stronger than ever.
Okay, so Facepump and Light from car 6. What about you, Valky? Don't have to be biased. Just tell us your thoughts.
I think I've known Facepump for a long time. He's the kind of player where he'll have an update and a down day and an update and a down day. Yesterday was an amazing day for him. So if the rules follow, well, he's about to have a down day soon, and you know it is what it is. And as for SYAC versus Light, I think Light has shown so much consistent strategy he's building towards. A little bit rocky on that ship when he swapped the Ram pivot we saw yesterday, but otherwise just building his tank roster, and I think just having that is so advantageous towards a player like SYAC who could play all strategies.
Yeah, SYAC does look like a very strong opponent versus Light and Nero, who also had some insane speed battles yesterday against Xiao. And Xiao known against very good. One of the best players out there. Go Myung-mi also known as one of the best players. And against these two in the upper bracket final, SYAC and Nero,
ojalá gane la velona. Si la vengo armando de 270 speed.
Like 3-0-3-1. They were both a 3-2. So coming down to the lower bracket, battling the winners of last night. We'll see how that goes, because they certainly showed what they are, why they're here, why they're in the main matches. But only one surviving. It's going to be brutal today. And for me, Facepump and Light. I'll follow Car.
We've been right so far, G-Clef.
Yesterday got 4 out of 4. So today, let's see how many I can get them right, because I did the predictions in game. Make sure to do the predictions and events. It gives you a lot more energy too. So a lot more chance for you to use the buff, go to the Rift, do hunts. Whatever you need. Now let's move on to the player data. Valky, let's talk about Nero.
Well, coming into this from the Japanese qualifiers, Nero was one of the few Cleave purists coming in, but we knew she had to go up against some of the speed demons of Asia's server. And here in his most ban protected, we do see that Bihua being able to pivot now is such an advantageous move for him, and it's allowed him not only to take matches off the back, but also Xiao ended up clutching that win, but still, it looked really good, and his pivot game has looked on point.
Oh yes, Hua sometimes pulling out 1v3, 1v4. We've seen that in the tournament a couple of times at least, depending on the counter attack, of course. And Aram has been used by a couple of players, not all the players from yesterday. So we'll see if Aram is also seen from either side. Talking about either side, here's the opponent, Facepump. Car 6, what's he made up of?
Man, face pump. He's the textbook player for a return to form. Had a little bit of a falter, getting him sent to the lower side bracket. However, the last night's matches, this guy was insane. I really like how he went back to his more comfort draft style. He told the people to believe in him again, and I am now a believer. That being said, though, I think Nero is going to be actually a tough matchup for him. As Valky highlighted, Nero not only can show some pivot and some flexibility, but I do think he might have a slight edge in speed. So Facepump definitely has a tough opponent ahead.
Oh, and the key hero, Frida picked 3 times and no one else really picks, and it just happens to be these 2. 3 picks, oh, and 100% win rate with those 3. Nero and Facepump. That's an interesting stat for everyone.
¿A quién no le gustan las góticas? Efectivamente, nunca dije que fuera algo malo. Son gustos totalmente entendibles y respetables.
You see both of them pick these combos. Facepump did some really nice stuff with like Ross Tori and Bryce Seria. If you guys missed it last night, what a show. But Nero was showing similar signs of life.
Right, and outside of the Frida, I would say in a Cleave versus Cleave mirror match, one of the most important things these guys are going to be fighting over are the speed imprints. So for the new players out there, those are the characters where if you have on your team, they increase speed for all other characters, increasing in your success rate of this one-turn kill strategy. Those would be the heroes like the Green Sid, Wanderer Sulk, and Vildred. Keep an eye out for those tonight, everybody.
Oh, yes. And to add on to that, Nero's Abigail Melissa did happen yesterday, so that's also stuck in my head now. And that was a win. With the curse, immediately tapped the opponent. Xiao just, this is
que también le gusta jugar mucho
fría. he just held up the white flag and says GG.
Esa fría de 300 speed no me la olvido luego con la Melissa. Lástima que no ganó ese tipo.
But key hero here, Frida. So we'll see if Frida is shown at all, because there's a mid, Frida, lots of Soul Weavers available. Lots of supports. Here's the matchup stats. 3-3. Tied score. Win rate, pretty high up there. With the win yesterday, I think it did go up. Interestingly enough, the first turn ratio and the win rate. Okay, 100% with very low first turn ratio for Nero. That's interesting, Car.
Yeah, you see Nero more willing to make that pivot out of the first turn contest. A lot of times he just wants to play the Bihua with sometimes his Blood Moon Haze, giving him the more like counter kill potential. But in the case where he does take that coveted first turn, 100% win rate, that is nothing to scoff at. Facepump needs to be careful when he's racing this guy.
That's important stats. And Facepump not 100%, but still 79.2. That's very high against high caliber standard players in this tournament. So we'll see if that continues to go on, or will that 100% be broken by Facepump? I think that's a really good question, because first turn these both did play some cleave, especially yesterday from Facepump. And the prediction, oh, Nero.
Ojito, shote por el face. Ojito.
So a lot more people, a lot more air thinking.
Shote porque yo soy antisistema.
Honestly, I think that's fair enough. Even though Facebook was riding the momentum, I do think this is a bad matchup. But these are 2 high-caliber players, and as we've seen in the past, anything could happen.
Yes, predictions were on. Should be pinned soon enough.
Duran 12 horas. 12 horas dura. No, la puta madre. Duran 12 horas. Es decir, tenés hasta...
Quite ready, Nero feeling about the same. Because remember yesterday, especially Facepump was literally like zoned in. We could tell. Oh,
locked in.
Dura 2 horas
getting things ready, right?
Estos códigos, así que apuren.
Can feel it.
Yeah, you really had that return to form, and hopefully that form stays, because when he is locked in, he looks spectacular.
Oh yes, we are ready to go. Match number 1 of the lower bracket 2. Zio, Renak, Harsetti ban, Arunka's open, Nero with the first.
All right.
Locked the
no
boss.
surprises there. Boss Arunka gets locked in.
Arunka, obviamente.
Honestly, probably a slight advantage in this whole match here.
Quick Luna to respond for Facepump. So there's an extra room because it's double Harsetti ban from the pre-ban.
Yeah, Facepalm has to be thinking about his moves here a little bit. Not a position that he hasn't won in, because previously, yes, he did go second pick to that boss Arunka. There you go, the Euthine locked in. We're already postured for his signature Ahmed on third pick. That is going to be one scary cleave if Nero lets it through.
Yeah, speaking of Ahmed, maybe Nero's going to pick up. We've seen time and time again with this boss Arunka character. If you put her in another
Okay, Luna y Shufin.
Fallen Cecilia, Empyrean Ilinov, then it seems almost insurmountable. So, speaking of, Fallen Cecilia makes it through, very well prepped in case an Ahmed comes out.
Irá para limpiar y adelantar, de puta madre.
This character does it all.
I really like that low wolf Payra on third. The ultimate being able to cleanse 2 debuffs means does not have to ban the Luna, but this is where it could get scary. The Ahmed is locked in, ladies and gentlemen, for Facepalm. He is going all in on the cleave, and we are dropping the Kisei as well.
We've seen this yesterday. The Kisei not really taking the entire team out, but it did a
Oje Kisei, ojito. Lilias. Ojito.
Not the Conqueror Lilias.
Ah, Lilias para provocar a la mid, ojo.
Fire Lilias has a passive every time you use a non-attack skill. She will use a skill that provokes the opponent. That is meant to check the S3 coming in from the Ahmed, looking to just be really slow, high effectiveness, and of course Red Politics comes out as well. We're looking to hold the combat readiness from the blue Kisei and maybe just sprinkle in a little bit of stuns with the Abyssal Crown.
Yeah, additionally, like you said with the Fire Lilias, we're threatening any buttons being pressed, and we know Ahmed loves pressing some buttons. Strays on the 5 there is going to show so much damage. Planet Cutter Strays is going to cut these.
Y yo creo que el Nero se va a sacar a al Stray, supongo. Y el Face a la Politis, tal vez. Efectivamente.
Fifth pick bans, Fire Politis.
That's right.
Straight span.
I'm excited to see this Fire Lilias. We haven't seen her in a minute.
That's right. We'll see the action.
It's a bit of a cheeky technology from the Asia server, and no immunity on this Ahmed, which means the Red Lilias will be able to go off if Ahmed is launching her whole combo right here.
As Valky mentioned, could be dangerous, but Facepalm thinking. We'll still use that as 2.
The effective.
Provoked.
Provoke does land. We're not taking the big part of the combo. Finally, Luna gets to play the game. Kisei doesn't get the whole buff and doesn't cut the turn here.
Yeah, and that's really bad for Facepalm's style of draft here. It's an all-in kind of strategy, and now Kisei could be left stranded.
There's Payra. Has the rampage. Decreased defense.
Break on the Kisei. So much damage.
Half HP gone.
Yeah, this is so bad for Face.
Ojito.
Really paying off, and she's
Ojito. Ojo que la Lilia, boludo, tremendo counter.
Yeah, this Euthine
comes through. The Ahmed is completely locked out the game. Euthine is slowly but surely ramping, but might not be enough to be punching through this boss Arunka, but Luna will now soul burn. A lot of debuffs coming through, and this could get a little bit scary. However,
Limpió todo, no tiene manera de limpiar. Ah, mentira. Aún tiene la ulti de la Lilias, ¿no? Efectivamente, la Lilias le va a limpiar. Ahí la rompe defensa. Y acá va a seguir pegándole. Ahí supongo que va a tirar ulti. Ojito que la Shufin ya se va teniendo el trauma, la tiene que matar rápido. Ojito que la Shufin ya tiene cargado todo, tiene que matar rápido. Y no sé si tiene Holy la mierda, pero no, es ok. Eso básicamente significa que apenas llega su turno va a mamar. Igual ni tanto, no creo que haga mucho daño la verdad esa cosa.
She's almost gone.
Oh, certainly going to be gone here.
It's time for your revenge, Ilian. When Luna
Ahí va ulti, a ver si la mata la Shufimi con esto. Igual se va a morir con... chao. Este es el Nero. Nero God.
Win for Nero. So people were asking where's the damage for Nero, but there it is with the decreased defense. Payra is always a damage.
That's right, G-Clef. Man, that character really, I keep saying it, but she really does it all. The damage is insane, the cleansing, the utility. However, in the draft you guys saw at the end there, Facepump had to leave out that Fire Lilius, the tech in the Provoke. Unfortunately, the mid did not have immunity, but he had to also ban out the Politis. So there was kind of 2 units there at the end that were really going to interrupt with that on mid game plan. It's very telegraphed, and Nero did beautiful in countering it.
And I really like the way you put that card. Whenever a player has first pick, not only do they get first dibs on the most OP unit and still left after pre-bans, in this case Boss Arunka, but also they get that 4-5 rotation where they could just slam 2 hard counter picks towards Facepump's 3rd pick Ahmed. As you highlighted very well, needed to ban that Politis. You do not want to take your chances with those Abyssal Crown stuns, but Red Lily is also very threatening. As long as she has enough effectiveness, it will provoke that Ahmed, break up the combo, and giving you the chance to steal the turn. Very well played by Nero, completely doing his homework. Facepump got red.
Oh yes, by having Boss Arunka being released from the pre-bans, plus that Fire Lilius. Nero thought, okay, it's a perfect chance. Facepump is going to use that amid again, very likely. It worked like a charm in game 1. That was totally breaking the plans of Facepump. So that's 1-0 for now, but it's a best of 5. We'll see. Those units are not available this time. Blue Payros Conqueror Lilius. A Frida ban! Won't get to see her today.
Interesting. So even though Facepump utilizes that unit as well, he says, let me just take it out of the equation. First pick into that Spirit Isolane, and this is such a great character for offensive players. And rounding out the Nero with the Fire Litica and that Aram.
We're running.
And both players real early establishing their combo unit. Spirit Isolane was such a deciding factor in so many aggressive mirror matches, and this time goes in on the 2-3 with a speed imprint as well as the Briar Witch Iceria. That's something
Ojito, va a clear el face, dijo ya cero mamadas. Se van a jugar a las correctas.
To go against the debuff.
Speaking of defense, not only a defense scaling character, but able to outplay. If Briar Witch Iceria decides to use that impactful S3, all of the defense break could activate her passive, getting her 40% combat readiness push, not only letting her get her cleanse off for the team, but also the reset against Facepump, which if it lands, could be deadly.
Oh yes.
Very well said. He does have to watch out for that Spirit Isolane. If she's activated, those that damage, the counters could hurt or could just be taken off the field. We saw Spirit Isolane deleting units like Mediator Koeric with such high health with just the initial salvo from her soul burns. But let's see what Nero does here on 4. He's got to kind of adapt. We had a big shift up with that Briar Witch. Death Dealer Ray makes it through.
DDR. And if you look at the past, Facepump has been bringing some BDK along with this combo as well. So I think that's already Nero pressuring Facepump in a way. Bystander Hwayong this time.
Okay, good pivot from Facepump there. 4 characters all lacking good burst damage, and it's almost looking like he's getting ready to get the Selene in. Aram up against Briar Witch Iceria will be very scary there. Whenever her passive activates, going to be Selene activated. Now this game is a banger. We are in the fast lane. Oh man, passives are going to be going off left and right this match.
Oh, a whole lot of damage.
Mira, si deja la Selene, la jugada que puede hacer si es que se lo permiten y no lo banean es ir con Lírica, pegar ese 2S3 a Selene y después con la Lilibet si llega a activarse, ok, de una.
So fast there on the 5, he liked where he was looking at the top 4. He just takes out the Lionheart, and yeah, I think Facepump actually, I like his draft here.
All right, Selene survives. Hwayong gets banned. Round number 2. Nero with 1-0. Briar Witch very fast again. Full speed.
Oh, and there it is.
The activation
triggers goes into the design.
Ojito. No.
Deleted.
Not only that, you have both Celine's locked in.
No, man.
Nero's about to get all his characters deleted. Don't blink.
Celine corriendo ahí, boludo.
This unit is way too powerful.
And we got a
Face pump.
GG immediately called match series just got even. Oh boy.
Earth Celine.
My God.
That's why she's banned all the time in the post ban. It was either her or Hwayoung, and Nero chose Hwayoung to be the ban, and that's what happens.
Well, Hwa is scary. But
Celine?
man, the Briar Witch, that's now 2 times that Face Pump's fast Briar Witch has really paid off for him. And as you guys saw there, he won the speed battle, and then from it was just knocking down dominoes left and right.
And I think Face Pump playing this Briar, which shows exactly what it means when a player is skillful with the character. He just understands the interaction with all of these matchups so well. And in this case, the Aram passive reacting, letting the green Celine pop off, and as you guys can see, picking up 2 kills in this quick matchup. Very well played by Face Pump, capitalizing on that Death Dealer Ray anti-pivot, sort of a linchpin right there, and just blowing up Nero, taking the series back.
Was 3 turns, but mostly the animation, and we love it. Celine just breaks apart the entire team. Oh, one at a time, but that was quick. Really well done by Face Pump. Knew that was going to be the start for with the Briar Witch Iseria. So 1-1 apiece now. They gotta feel it. They got the feel for, okay, Nero, that's what you're trying to do. Face Pump, okay, if you're trying to do that. After those handshakes, amid Sage Bao, Arunka, Lone Wolf Pera in the pre-bans.
Okay, man, I'm loving these matches so far.
Yeah, lots of advantage going over to him, but Face Pump does ban out the Pera as well as the boss Arunka, 2 characters instrumental to him. Afternoon Soak Flan gets picked up here. Generally now, I don't think she's a very much first pick worthy character in the regular ladder setting, but now that Lionheart Surmia and you have so many openers removed, she actually looks pretty decent in this spot.
Plan, okay. Bueno, no hay lírica.
E7WC, especially in the qualifiers, she was picked
Así
so
que
often, so
no es
early,
mal,
but after that balance patch,
no es
right,
mal
a lot
lo
of
que
things have
sería
shifted, and
el
she could
pick.
be a bit more of a liability, able to get pinched or countered. Face Pump answering with a New Moon Luna into that Abyssal You Fiend.
Same 2 pickup as we had round number 1 for Face Pump. New Moon Luna and Abyssal You Fiend. Even against seeing that Afternoon Soak Flan on the other side.
Yeah, like Carr said, Afternoon Soak Flan can be punished, and one of the few ways that you can punish her is you can seal away that passive with the New Moon Luna. So now Nero needs to think of one of 2 things. One, do you want to speed up and go over this Luna, which would be very dangerous and volatile like we saw, Witch Tenebris still keeping things relatively neutral, but the Sea Phantom Politis could shift things up. We don't know how fast these players are, and seeing that as they're both cleavers, I'd reckon we have another race on our hands.
Politis in Nero's hands. And usually against Flan, we do see a lot of Solitaria pick up later on from the opponents. But let's think about what goes in that lock slot for Face Pump.
The only problem with Solitaria, G-Clef, is Face Pump is not really the type of player. This is what I'm saying.
Ahora sí se oye, ¿no?
Solitaria instead you go over the top and you answer with more aggression.
Bien, bien, aquí viéndola. A ver qué tal.
Summertime Iseria. Face Pump is betting on Nero's characters not having a lot of immunity, and if they do, well, Rand's going to hit
Ojito,
up,
el
strip
Fede de
them,
vuelta
and take their
cliviando.
immunities, get bombed by the Summertime, and he even has the Abyssal Youthing as the one anchor going over for him. Edward getting locked in, that's a character we saw play
Cualquier cosa me avisa si tengo ruido, ¿oíste?
to varying degrees of success, though. Not a pick that always works.
I think he's been doing okay though. A lot of times it was the Rand with the Jackal, but similar combo like Valky was mentioning. The Full Metal Alchemist is here to kind of take those debuffs and kind of clap them back, and we'll see how there's a lot of RNG in terms of what he lands.
I would say whenever an Edward does one of those clapback combos, there's about a 40% chance per character he lands an impactful debuff, and Red Politis as well.
No veo, ¿quiénes son esos?
Oh, wow. I almost want to say
Son dos coreanos, creo, o asiáticos. ¿Quiénes son? Ni idea.
Playing mind games. It could be either one. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
man,
I
I
don't
am
really like a
excited.
DJ and Polly against Rand, but maybe he knows something we don't.
Maybe it's a different setup. We'll find out in game. And another type of Hua-Young. Summer time.
No, the collab and the
Chao.
Oh, man.
Bueno,
Rand's
Edo
gonna
ahora
be
me dio ya por el
immediately
tema de los
banned, but it's just too
debuffos y
strong with
juega,
the
bueno,
Rand. The
para no
moment he
que
uses the
one-shotea a nadie
S2,
con la patada.
she's probably just going to kick one of these characters out of here. You can just build her to be so high damage, and she reacts to your team. Definitely a force ban.
With that, very fast New Moon Luna actually goes before Ron does.
This is looking really bad for Nero. The Luna
Does
going
the
first means
Soulburn?
the Soulburn will be landing all his characters. None of the defensive characters will actually get to go. Even the Red Poly, looking to hold the combat readiness back, won't be able to do anything here.
Mental focus.
Man, Nero, he might be in big trouble here.
If you step back,
The instant blade from Facepalm.
Oh, it hits all four.
Goes in
Bombs
all the
come
way. The
through.
summertime.
What do we get?
There's that activation.
With the Soulburn. The first bomb.
Lands the four. It's a wash.
And it's a
GG.
GG call.
Aliviadísimo, boludo.
Summertime Azaria with a
Dios.
win.
La Javiña.
What a combination from
Wow, and that was
Facepalm.
excellent speed tuning from Facepalm. The Luna going first there, actually stripping all the immunity
Exactly.
and sealing every character, completely locking away every single passive. Facepalm doing
Por
his homework a little
favor.
bit, and of course you gotta take a little bit of a risk. That means you have to slow down your Rand, run him on your second, third, maybe even
No
fourth
respiró, pero sí
phase
acabó con el infanto de...
he will pivot, and that's something you could definitely
El Nerito ahí
both
con
of these
cara
players have
de-
really got their opponents figured out.
Oh man.
Sí,
I know, I
nunca.
think Facepump in his interview, he was saying, I need to find a tips and tricks video or something to beat Nero, and I think he might have found it, guys.
You're right.
Holy mama, Facepump is just playing out of his mind. I love
Este
it.
no fue el de ayer.
Asking, is Solitary going to be
¿Cómo?
good here? And I said, maybe not, because
O sea, este que está en pantalla no fue el de ayer, o es otro.
Exactly.
Sí, sí, ayer pelearon. Este es el loser bracket,
And
creo.
it's clean and
¿O no?
dirty at the same
Sí, sí,
time.
es el loser bracket.
I love it so much. The games are clean, couple
Okay.
of turns, but the debuffs goes in, and then the bomb, that's GG. Oh, you gotta love the style
I like
of
the way you
Facepalm.
put it. The play is clean, but the tech is dirty
I
as
know. You just
Yeah.
can't stop
That's a
it.
good compliment.
And the setup has been perfect, on point. Nero, quite puzzled at the moment,
Bueno,
saying,
igual, mira.
down 1-2. How do I come back? He would likely have the first pick again after dropping that set. A lot banned. Amid, Harsetti, Renok, Frida, Lua. Yeah, a lot of good openers. Very top tiers are already gone, so we'll see what happens now.
The nerves are on, guys. Nero now feeling it. You can see he's running some calculation in his head. I don't think he was expecting Facepump to pull out this the speed, the aggression, and kind of just come over the top and just cleave him in two.
But it's game 4 now. Facepump on a match point. Deciding on the pre-bans. Lidica, Briarwitch banned. Ilina, oh, double Lidica actually. Getting pre-banned.
Ooh, and for once, we see Facepump with the lead in the set. And as you guys can see, he bans Empyrean Ilnap. He wants to eliminate all ways Nero has to be able to pivot, but Spirit Eye Celine does get locked in. First pick for Nero here. That was a pretty deciding character 2 matches ago, and now Facepump's kind of going for the classic. Tori, not the Ross. Dragon Bright Senya this time. No Briarwitch to enable this team. I wonder what he's cooking up.
Yeah, we saw this last time with the Roz Tori into the Briarwitch, but this time it's maybe taking a page out of Light E7's book. You see Light a lot of times pick that the Dragon Bride alongside this Tori. However, Facepump has shown that he can very flexibly draft out of this, but we haven't seen what it is just yet.
I know. These players had less than 22 hours to prep for this next upcoming matchup today. And we're already loving this ban pick. The real brain fight. Nero. Less than 25 to pick 2.
He's really thinking, G-Clef.
Worthy of my courtesy.
sometimes
Or the
even
strip.
I'm amazed by my own talent.
And DJB.
Ooh, Blood Moon Haste as a 1-for-1 trade against Dragon Bright Senya. That is a part of Epic 7 Fundamental at this point. And I think DJB's an intriguing pick. You don't really have a lot of default barriers so far with Facepump's team, but there's 2 things that he offers. One, if you have him on a CR pushing artifact like Soul Constellation or Eternus, he could potentially swing a tempo reversal against Facepump on a cleave action. And Facepump here does play right into it, gets the Festive Ida. So I think he's still very much looking to go ham, go all the way, all gas, no brakes.
That's Facepump, baby.
Yeah. Festive Ida. Dispel all the buff on the other side, and defense breaks silence. If you can land all,
yeah, and after the buffs, G-Clef, she can build her very tanky, and a lot of these players have just been running her on a like Taga Hells. No need to build anything else besides a lot of bulk, and her damage is still very incredible. As Valky likes to put it, she can drop off some payloads while also being extremely tanky.
Ooh, and Knockwall being picked up as well. Nero does have a couple of Soul Weavers to his name, but Knockwall thrives on characters that are low on effective resistance or even have a moderate amount, as she's usually built over 250 effectiveness by high rank players just looking to disrupt and reset and take away your opponent's chance to play the game.
The passive seal.
Let's
Tamaruka.
Okay.
Another buff
we
unit.
did actually see her. Yeah, we saw her one time before after the buff patch in
Yes.
the E7WC, I think the main stages, and she did. G-Clef, did she win? I know she actually killed some units.
She
I don't
killed
recall,
one.
though, if
I
she
don't know
actually
if
won that
I don't know
match.
if that was a win, but we do have a Bellion on top, so Soul's gone if she makes it. And so it turns out it's a very aggressive team coming out from Nero.
Yeah, that's the strength of the Spirit Eye Celine, and then like Valky was saying with the Desert Jewel Bazaar, it leaves you a lot of room to either one tank down a little more or kind of speed up and show that aggression. Now Facepump is the one taking the Death Dealer Ray on 5.
The Doctor comes in.
Death Dealer Ray is always a good pivot pick whenever your opponent tends to lean on the tankier side, and with the Bellion and the haste, you know, can't be a bad
A ver
pick
qué
for Ray,
banean
and
acá.
the sleep will do its number
Yo
as
creo
well.
que el Nero va a
Dance,
sí,
lock in
ganar
for
a
both players,
Knockwall.
and the Ray's taken out. Do not want to deal with it, and we don't know the speed of the top model. Yeah, gotta take her out, man. She might be fast.
So Facepump concerned about the speed. Takes her out, but Bellion does make it in the field. So goodbye to all those souls from the book. And we go in game 4.
Who are you people?
Spirit Eye Celine. A little faster than Festive Ida.
Wow, and
Good
that puts her
target.
in a bit of an awkward scenario, but
Oh my God, are we going
for
for
the
it?
hit already. We're activating
We're
the
gonna
Dragon
pro-
Bright
Oh,
Sentinel.
that
We're
was-
looking to make the pick on this Tori.
Yeah, so the Desert Jewel Bazaar is going to push up, and we have the barrier inversion.
So Tori dies
The
immediately?
barrier inversion. That
Yes.
was such a smart play. So
Nero!
on the Desert Jewel Bazaar, acting the Dragon Bride. Spirit Eye
Guys,
Celine,
look
all
how
she needs to
big
do
this
is
barrier is. DJB is about to destroy her.
Let's say goodbye to our Tori. That's cool. Oh. Because Tori doesn't take damage over 51% in one hit.
Looks like some tuning is in order.
Oh boy.
And from here, unfortunately, we do have some fixed damage, but with that haste anchor, we still have a very healthy team. I don't know if Facepump has an out here.
For Festive Ida, but provoked.
This is not the time for
Fest-
But also the Festive Ida
Facepump
doesn't have
has a
Soul
very
Run
tight window
available.
to make a comeback here. As long as the combo lands, let's see the debuffs.
It will end with the passing of a moment. How do you like this?
The passive.
It
Okay.
seals the Blood Moon haste. That's what he needs.
That was clutch.
Yeah,
A
so
ver.
there was no
As
counter
the
attack on
rain
that.
comes
Sin
through
almas. Más o
The
menos.
defense breaks.
Wouldn't count Facepump out just yet. This is looking pretty good. Additional damage.
Chau Celine.
Oh.
My next meal.
Y ahí el Haste no mata a nadie porque tiene la perforación
The
de
Golden Haste
la
can bring him back
perforación
later.
por el sello.
If he
And on
survives,
top of
however, we
that,
do
whenever
still have
Blood Moon
the...
haste is sealed, he loses the true damage off of all of his skills. It really hinders
Yeah.
his damage
Uh-oh,
output.
hold
And now
on.
Dragon Bright Senya's coming through. This is going to be a lot of damage. Can Nero hold?
Oh!
Do this any more than
Facepump! About to take this!
Ah,
Festive Ida still here.
Cada boludo
I think he's
de
got
ser
this.
caca llegó a ser lo más god del mundo.
Yeah, that should do it. I may
Haste
have
can't
spoke
do
too
a
early
thing.
before Nero.
Oh, the dual attack resisted the silence, but I don't know if it matters, guys.
Binded, no
Yeah, the
counter
bind.
attacks.
I was expecting some counterplay here with his haste, but this
Oh my.
Knockwall completely shutting him down.
Literally a counter unit. And GG's called. Nero gives up the game. Face pump will be moving to the next round in the lower bracket. 3-1 victory. He's feeling it. Baki, you said one good day, one bad day, but this might be a one good weekend for Face Pump. What a moment. And Nero, we could feel that he certainly did his homework against Face Pump, but the speed tunings, I think, just ruined his plan a little bit. Face Pump just better prepped for today, I would say.
I think that combo
honestly,
where he had the Spirit Eye Celine with the DJ Bazaar was really, really clever. You made a pick. You were in a 4v3 position. But here's the issue. You had the Blood Moon Haste as your anchor, and he was just a little bit too slow. No ability to follow up whatsoever. Bellion got to go. Yes, she was great. She landed some provokes, however, missed on the knockball, and the Festive Ida was able to self-cleanse and help Face Pump launch that comeback. And if you have to wonder to yourself, if the Blood Moon Haste was anything else, maybe something that could have helped out the rest of the team
El
composition
Pum
in that
contra todo
exact order,
pronóstico. No,
the
mentira.
game could have went a completely different way.
Having a different type of anchor. It was both Nero and also Face Pump, but a lot more check marks.
Yo ya me la venía a venir que el Face Pump le iba a romper el orto.
Ooh, slow version of our Fire Lilies with the passive.
Hey, gotta highlight that insane tech we saw. We haven't seen the Fire Lilius in quite a while.
Oh yeah.
He won this match almost solo.
Yeah, ever since that change, she does come out at exact timings like this. And Yufine just marked, solo dashed. Couldn't take that much damage this time. Game 2, Briar Witch. Lends all of them.
There's that activation though. The Celine coming in, another slow-mo, look at that. Ooh, a little bit of a help tilt, like,
That's a little too much damage. 35k.
And not only that, the green Celine follow-up, and if the game didn't yield out, you would have seen another Spirit Eye Celine, the double
46K.
Celine action
Y la verdad no sé por qué no venía la Celine, pero bueno.
I mean, it's all single target, but still. She was also buffed like twice or 3 times.
Esa politis de oscuridad tenía pinta de ser politis de resistencia o algo así.
The really impressive part about Face Pump's play was, yes, he did lose that game 1, but that was the boss Arunka advantage being created for Nero, and the moment that character got banned out from the game, you really see Face Pump take over with all of these openers he had prepared, and he just won the race every single time, putting himself in a position to have those takeover moments.
Man, Fire Lilius and then the Samurai Seria, they really brought us a blast from the past, showing that these units are still good. And here's where I kind of underestimated a bit. Nero's awesome pop-off at the start. 3v4 scenario, I thought he had it in the bag. But look at this, the Festive Ida is going to come through hot. The damage crazy.
I saw in chat, very few, but some did lose faith after that Tori went down. But you still have Festive Ida.
Faith too, G-Clef.
She delivers the damage, and when you have the passive on the Senya,
it definitely didn't look so good for a second, but I think the Bellion actually combat readiness shuffle Face Pump into the winning spot where the knockball can seal the Blood Moon Haste, and the moment his passive is gone, Ida was ready to wreak havoc.
thumbs up. Smiles on.
Love it.
He's got to get ready for another match coming soon. There's no interview today until we get to the very end because the players have to get ready, has to prepare for the upcoming winners match for the lower bracket. So we will move immediately into the next one. SYAC versus Light. The last remaining hope for the global player is Light. SYAC had some massive moments against the Kingslayer Xiao yesterday. So this one looks very tough for Light indeed, right, Car?
Oh yeah. So Light
Sí, el Nero, boludo. El modo ni hechicero sin doble.
Is looking to be in form. I think he's playing really well. I think he's
Se
found
lo
himself as one
culiaron.
of the best lunatic players, I would say.
Oh, really?
Pobrecito.
And
Y todos
Bucky,
votaron por él
any
además.
comments on SYAC? We'll have the graphics set very soon.
Ooh, I think SYAC had a really good matchup versus everybody just because of his range and how many different playstyles and matchups he knows how to play. But against a player like Light, who tends to play defensive turtle down, he needs to really think of his options, both in terms of a regular draft standpoint, but also, okay, game 1, I'm going to play these injury characters. Game 2, I'm going debuff. Game 3, I'm going back to injury. He needs to have his game plan lined up game by game in order to beat somebody as consistent at defending as Light.
Yeah, that's what we have kind of seen from our very first match. Both players, Nero and Facepalm, they had their plans for game 1, 2, 3, 4, like almost perfectly planned. But it just came down to rock, paper, scissors and who starts first, and the debuffs mostly landing. So let's see, it's a different story for SYAC and Light. So we do have the player data. Let's see the player data for SYAC first. Here he is.
Ok, el Sayak.
Let us know how strong this guy is going against Light.
Well, I mean, I think the most picked units tell the whole story. We've seen the Spirit Isoline being played in aggro. We've seen the Tori A. Ross being played in standard, but also in the most ban protected slot, he's got that blue parrot, which is usually being swung together with Requiem Roana, just causing so much debuffs as well as cooldown reset. And a lot of times it leaves your opponent just in complete disarray with debuffs, not being able to use buffs, and half their cooldowns sometimes, and it just becomes a whole mess. You really need to prepare against this guy, which I'm sure Light has.
It can be tough. It can be tough, but still, there are lots of answers being found as the tournament goes on. So SYAC very strong. And the opponent, the global guy Light, is here. Most ban protection on Lionheart Sarmia. Had some wins, some losses. Car, you want to take over?
Oh yeah, Light, you know him, you love him. We did see this Lionheart Surmia. He was trying to pinch a lot of the counter picks that, the counter units that players like Kukerbat was bringing out. Like you said, sometimes to mix success. However, I just think in a best of 5 format, Light is so versed and so experienced and just one of the most flexible players that I think even if the matches kind of go a little rocky, he's gonna kind of edge it out in the best of 5.
And Yufine, Spirit Isoline, and also Imperial Ilinov. Right in there in the most pick. Yeah, banning Lidica, Renat, a lot of speedy characters. So we'll see what happens in this best of 5 SYAC versus Light. Tori is actually the key hero. Lots of picks. Half and half for Light. 2 picks, 2 total bans, and half the win rate. But SYAC, whenever that Tori is picked, a whole lot of wins. So gonna write that down.
This might be something Light needs to take away from SYAC. Light, we know, has a very consistent playstyle, and as long as the right counter matchups like the Fallen Cecilia, as well as that Desert Jewel Bazaar we saw last set, removed, Tori becomes such a force, and she is definitely what I would classify as a hyper carry. If you have 3 characters protecting her properly, she can get away with the game.
And SYAC usually paired up with Tori with the Ross, Adventurer Ross. So we will see if Tori might be stolen away or even be banned if that is the case.
Los usan mucho Tori al parecer.
We'll see if this hero comes out at all. I think we'll get to see her at least once, unless we have like a 3-0 or something. Here's a matchup, some more stats on these guys. Win rate, first turn ratio, not as high for Light for some reason. We'll see. 4-1,
Look at that relative season record though, G-Clef. 4-1 win. You know, I think you were mentioning the first win ratio. It's very, very standard. However, you know, 55%, 56%. Like I said, you know, in a best of 5, as long as you win more than half, we're looking kind of good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you get close to the 60%, that's the 3 out of 5 you need in one of these sets. So both players, I think, qualify, but like G-Clef said, that relative record, Light just being so much more consistent during the main season, I think that speaks volumes. And that's something, as a global player myself, really hopes carry through the set.
Let's see what they have prepared. I was very impressed from Nero and Facepalm, and now my expectation is just a lot higher. They can do this in less than a day?
Less than 24 hours. These guys did their homework, busted out some crazy tech. Yeah.
So I'm having some high expectations for this matchup as well. Oh boy. Gonna love it. These guys are going to be pulling out everything, because if they lose, that is it for the tournament life. That's what the lower bracket is all about. So when they are ready, first up, we'll see their camera, and then we'll also have the prediction. Oh.
Light is looking shook.
I know. Nah.
Jump scare. I got it. Sip
It just
coffee. Look at that match prediction though. 85% for Light, 50% SYAC.
That's got to be one of the highest win prediction, I think, other than Gomyang Mi that we had. 15 to 85.
That being said,
Well, I think
know
it's
I've said
no
it before.
surprise.
Real quick, Valk, in the last match, you saw that Nero was favored and a face pump kind of just busted it out. Valky, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Light is not only the only global player left, and we all know global sports a massive community, but also he's just one of the content creators that's been around for such a long time, and he helped establish so many playstyles to the point where, need I remind you guys, there used to be a classification of players called Light Clones.
And we go in to our second match. SYAC on the left, Light on the right. Only the winner gets to stay. Conqueror Lilius, Arunka, Newman Luna, Vinak.
And this time, no Boss Arunka.
And we're not going to get that hidden first pick buff with the Boss Rinka or Renak, but this time, full Paver's going to go over. We already seen this song and dance a million times, haven't we, guys?
That's right. A little flowchart action. If Boss Rinka's not available, you grab that local.
As usual.
Witch of the Mirror being picked up real early for Light.
A mí me da cosa que piquen muy pronto a las Teneria, porque le meten 30.000 counters y ya. Igual tampoco está tan mal, pero depende bastante de cómo pique. Ojito, Aria. Se viene de full resistencias, o la resistencia de efectos va a ir de estático y le van a meter de todo.
Well put. There's a Harseti, but real quick on the prefect Aria on the lock, you might see a hyper carry scenario like Valk was saying, the
Y no estaría mal meter una gran bufa hacia
it
atrás.
It taxes your souls, and she can actually close out the match solo.
Ooh, but Light does have this advantage to him. When you have Harseti in the third pick ban protection slot, Red Flam becomes one of the most threatening characters to have, and, you know, have so much pick potential. Bihua comes out as the natural response there.
Thinking about the last slot has a lot of time for SYAC. This ban pick was one of the fastest. I was busy writing down the hero names. No way for Dizzy.
No way.
She's cool.
SYAC.
She can miss.
Cool indeed, but get that out, you know? It's not 2020 anymore.
Oh, yes. It's been a long time. Lots of new heroes since then. So Death Dealer Ray for the sleep and the poison.
That's right. I think he's a nice pickup here. Kind of a must-answer unit. If he gets his game plan going, it's going to be real bad for Light. And the fact that he doesn't have, you know, too much damage besides the Fire Flan, he could definitely get that game plan.
Last pick for Light.
Ooh, was hovering the Spirit Eye there, but that's very risky of a pick. Mediator Coerc should be able to get it done though. So Light does put himself together a relatively strong village deck, whereas SYAC, I think it's more playing towards that ER side. Ray and Flam banned out, so SYAC will be running the core of Sea Phantom Politis, probably on an ER build alongside Disciplinary Prefect Aria, just looking to brute force through that Witch Penny for the debuffs.
And we have the rare Harseti on the field. First game.
Place among my ranks.
We'll indeed start with her. Light on the right.
I am a little worried though for Light. We do have some damage in the form of the Mediator Cleric, his new E, the buff S2 damage. You have Bystander Claw, and you have this Prefect Aria. They're going to be very tough to remove.
Ooh, the damage.
Harseti herida abajo.
Good. On their entire team. There's a Phantom Dance from the Politis. Speed downs.
If you're scared, run.
A ver.
Also cutting the resources in half.
Pues ya tiró ulti solita, así que puede meter ahora ulti si quiere.
Finally being able to take the turn.
Can
do you want to cleanse it here, or do you want to use the S2 to perhaps reach into one of the DPSs? And we're going to apply the buff here immunity and self-attack up for 2 turns.
A lot of buffs. He goes in for the Tenebria. Mirror of the
Esa
Abyss.
Tenebria tiene muy buena vida. Parece que tiene collar de vida y no de eficacia, así que
Yeah, a lot of resist. Also, you can't debuff units
alguien
like
con muy
Lysander
buena
Walker,
resistencia a
Arya,
efectos no
known
le va a
for
meter
that.
un...
And additionally, Lone Wolf is going to cleanse herself. Boot.
Can you keep up with me?
Big pull. Has some Rampage. A lot of dark units as well.
Time better spent elsewhere.
So that's some extra Rampage, extra speed, extra evasion.
For a waste of my time.
Decent damage
Great
into
target
Harsetti.
selection from SYAC. We're committing everything into this Harsetti, but do we commit the Hwayong kick here as well? And we do commit the kick. Who is it going to be on? Is it going to be on Tenny or the Harsetti?
Ulti a Harsetti, que mata a Harsetti de una.
That is great target selection.
And purely
Identifying the problem unit. We saw the damage pulled out in turn 1. If you can get that out of the way, I think he can weather the storm and tank it out.
A ver cuánto pega. Ahora cuánto para el Mauri con su
Taking
C2.
that turn there. Skill nullifier as well as a pretty meaty barrier coming in. Harsetti is not
Yo creo que hay que
looking to
pegarla.
the world. And that is
Sí.
the majority of Light's damage. He needs to keep her alive in
¿Cuánto
order to
pega?
get that win condition. And now we're going into one. He takes her out of 1 hit.
now that's a new warrior.
Hasta el egg no se la cree, boludo.
Holy. Well,
The exclusive equipment.
Your assignments.
that's right. I was talking about at the start of the match, and that's what he needed. Harsetti able to chip her down quite enough just so he can land that blow on the S2. We still have the Arya. What can she do?
Ahí supongo que va a ser dual con
Still standing,
Peira.
though.
Damage barely punches through the barrier, and this time pulls the Peira.
No
Additional
va a pegar
damage will
mucho
not
por el
kill
tema
Harsetti,
de
though.
la
2
pasiva de
hits
Fallen
and the
Cecilia,
Russian buff
así que
doesn't hit
normal.
out. Ooh, that's a crit defense break.
That's gonna be some big damage here.
That should be
Boom,
enough.
they're in trouble.
Esa Harsetti ya tiene lo suyo de herida.
Totally gone light.
Sí, efectivamente es lenta con resistencia a esa politis. A ver, ahí tiene que intentar sacarle... Tiene que matar ahí. Bien. Acá ya cuestión de que venga el Maurik
Go down, however, without soul burning.
y le meta
Dude,
13-2.
a lot of skill nullifiers, you're gonna have to go through so
Esta es de
much
light.
of this, and that
Right.
meteor
Para mí esta ya
square
es de light.
turn cooldown, he's gonna have that S2 locked and loaded in just a minute.
As expected.
And the witch
Yeah,
is
as
still
we
here.
saw, that damage is just way too much with only half HP
dual
and a
attack.
little bit of injury. Not sure this Arya is going to be able to hold.
If you're scared,
Barely.
One
Getting the
more.
damage.
Turnomai tiene todas sus habilidades.
Just follow my
It's back now, available for the hand guy. Soulborn provoke.
¿Listo?
enforcing discipline.
Oh,
Just to make insurance. Yeah, just get it through there. Don't let her any shenanigans, and there's the victory.
Light with the first win in this best of 5. And total lockdown, Harsetti in the band protection. Really well placed and done. That Koeric, the upgraded EE.
Yeah, with no direct mitigation, even with that Witch of the Mirror being very ineffective. You saw that Bastion of Hope on the Sea Phantom. You saw the Prefect Arya with a lot of resist, and then Bystander Hwayong, of course, cannot be debuffed. Still, with the chip damage from that Harsetti, it was enough for that Mediator Queric to land that S2, just barely landing the kill, and I think that's all Light needed to lock it out.
and here you guys see a very common trick being used by high-ranked players that Light does here. He opens the draft with something that's a bit more debuff focused, very control heavy, and he baits his opponent into all leaning on, look, first pick Cleave, second and third pick ER, fourth pick debuff immunity. Whereas all Light now needs to do is close out his draft with a 3-4-5 damage character, and with so much damage, and like Hart said, no mitigation, Light just completely pile drives his opponent and walks his way to a clean victory.
Clear game plan and execution delivered for Light. A rare moment where Harsetti actually was on the field. And SYAC did focus into her, but it wasn't enough damage. Didn't really have that much time. And as soon as Hwayong was gone from the back, had very low chance of winning that first game. But it is just 1 out of 5, but Light takes the lead. Let's see what happens in this upcoming Lunatic game 2. That's why I see kind of scratching his head a little bit, saying, okay, That just happened.
Yeah, that's got to hurt a bit, right? Light not only takes the initiative, but that was his first pick game. So going into game 2, down 0-1, yeah, he's got to be feeling it.
You're right. The bans will stick. The extra pre-bans. Someone's thinking, spending some time for the extra pre-bans here.
Well, got to go through all the motions. Make sure all...
Imperial Nilinov, Sridai and Tori ban. Aha.
Well, we talked about that, right? The key figure of this match.
Wow, and SYAC kind of goes on the aggressive here, bans out Zeo and Imperial Ilanav, 2 picks you would target down if you're looking to just run some high damage, running your opponent over, and we're hovering over a first Karina. No, turns into a Dragon Bride. That seems likely with Imperial out the game.
Aram. Is Light going to have some good openers? Not yet. Blood Moon Haste.
Oh well.
Yeah, just very safe options there. Also able to pivot wherever he wants to go. Most likely going to be more standardized, more defensive, as we've seen from Light, especially when he has a lead. Urban Shadow Shoe comes out, a very, very strong unit. We've seen her many, many times, and the injury, the damage she can put out, crazy. Festivita looking like face pump.
And that lock slot.
Festivita, just such a threatening character if you want to set up aggression, but also always keep it in the back of your opponent's mind that you have an ability to pivot, because with the Aram stuck in first pick, I think Light might be able to posture, hover the Ram for a second, but I was thinking more of that Litica speed in their draft.
Summertime?
Feel the melody.
Bellion.
No, we're going to pivot into a Bellion.
We're getting ready for that orchestra.
Staying a little more on the defensive end, that Bellion on the lock position, really, really going to cut out the souls that a lot of these Idas are equipped with. The Toghel's book. And he comes out. We've seen this counter pick into the Urban Shadow Shoe. The injury sometimes being a double-edged sword, kind of propelling her damage.
Damage dealing Soul Weaver.
Oh, Fenny is known as a PvE powerhouse, but the real thing with her is that her damage scaling is absolutely insane as a single target nuker. So going to be very scary as ramping extra fast. And no, SYC takes no chances, locks in the straights. We're doing this fast.
And not well to finish up the draft for SYAC. Some passive seal. Got the damage, injury. Oh, looking scary on the left. How do you deal with this? Light, his favorite Lionheart Sermia.
I don't know about that one.
Laya.
Yeah, Lionheart didn't make too much sense there. Laya, we got to have answers for that. Knockwell most likely going to be banning that Strays with that 5th pick spot, if I had to guess.
Handling the cooldown, but does get banned. And Knockwell makes it in the field. So won't be having that counter. The cleanse in a way, but Light. Actually, SYAC takes the first turn with Knockwell.
Stay with me.
Sailing away.
We'll be going ahead.
Finds.
Oh, no blind Rebellion.
Want to do this any more than you do.
That hurts.
Only Lion lands the 1 cooldown delay against the Fenny, and we're completely targeting out the Fenny here with the seal as well. No passive, no ultimate. This Fenny's going to be stuck in the pits for a while unless the Aram can free her.
Yeah, just like the Blood Moon Haste you saw when this Knockwall kind of targets, he gets those seals, gets those binds. A lot of time your unit just is so ineffective. However, there's a lot of counterplay on both sides. Aram now ripping that S3.
Jumps on top.
May I play you something?
And this Bellion
A conductor exerts
with the buffs. Apocalypse damage.
Just back the Ida. A little bit of damage buys us a little bit of time. Not the worst.
Just a little scratch. For the first spear toss for Senya.
Already in this case, now we get a little injury, a little damage on top. Proof of Valor. No counters yet for Light.
The shiniest pop.
SYAC, and here we go. Festivita.
It's on the blue unit.
Here it is. Expected outcome? Let's see the damage. Pretty good.
Not bad. Oh, still enough. Takes out that knock wall. All right, trade for trade, 3v3 scenario. Light getting a little low on health though.
Could I give you a hand?
When this is bad, there's
Y ahí
still
sería
one turn of
matar
seal left
rápido.
on the Fenny. Fenny can revive in a fight, but that's only if she gets access to the passive, and now Light needs to buy as much time as possible. Get rid of the seal for the Fenny. Unless he's down one character.
Damage. Trade for some debuff.
Extra hits.
Metió todo.
Okay, that blind is big.
Does land. Oh, sweet miracle.
Sweet
says no.
miracle.
Y ahí nos va a reír, así que...
Right into the Fenny.
Gone, 15,000. Can Light kill Shu?
Never
Zero
mind the
away.
shoe. If
matchup
you hurt the
for-
shoe, Dragon Bright Senya will make dinner out of you, and I think Light's just stuck in a super tough spot being down this Fenny so early.
Yeah, this is very, very tough
GG
indeed.
called. And SYAC grab the second round, the 1-1. Oh, quick picks. And Knockwall going
Wow.
first. Just sealed
Yeah,
down one of the
Knockwall.
plans.
Is she the star of the show today? You saw her in the first set really highlight how strong this unit still is, even though she's seen a lot less nowadays. Right now, you saw that Fenny coming up from Light, and we were praising how good she could be against units like Urban Shadow Shu. However, she's just completely locked down with that seal, you know, very ineffective.
The binds.
Knockwall as a character is just always so disruptive, and she's not only taking cooldowns away, but also taking passives away. And in her case, whenever you have the opportunity to ban out the Laya, and you know Light is forced to ban the Strays, which is so much value there, you can seal away the passive on key characters like this Fenny, and the moment she's down that passive, it just does not look good for her at all whatsoever.
And Knockwall still being very relevant. Not like a first tier must-pick material, but when you can lock those passive down and put some binds on when there are lots of counter units, she can totally work. And that's why I see swinging things back. Okay, one apiece.
This was almost a one-to-one replica of what you saw in the previous set with Face Pump, where the Knockwall kind of locks out the haste, plus the belly just not very effective. The haste not really getting locked out. Instead, it was the Fenny, but it's almost the same exact story, where Knockwall kind of takes the initiative, the tempo, and just runs away with it.
And it was a really good identify on SYAC's part, knowing that Light does not have a top speed character, for him to pick all of these annoying middle speed unit like the Strays and like the Knockwall, and just really lock away Light's options for a win.
Here's round 3. Harsetti, Tenebria, and Requiem Rowena in the pre-bans.
This is only a temporary alliance.
All right, the tried and true, the usual suspects. Lone Wolf Para, Fallen Cecilia comes out. SYC now with a Desert Jewel Bazaar.
Ooh, and I like to know both players banned out the Harsetti as well. They do not want none when it comes to her and her limiting every other character's speed. Here though, Light does opt for that Disciplinary Prefect Arya, as well as the Hellion Lua. Whoa, that's a setup we haven't seen in a while, and now there's no more Soulburn floodgates left in the game. I think Light's looking to close this out with 2 mages on picks 4 and 5.
Yeah, it could be a good pickup, like you're saying, with the Souls. That's a big interaction with Hellion Lua if she gets her Soulburn going, and that's a nice pairing with that Prefect Arya. So SYC's got to have some answers. Otherwise, when Hellion Lua, you know, gets that S3, especially Soulburned, a lot of times that's just enough.
And Para, Escort, and Afternoon Silk Flan with some cover from the Knight and the Thief.
This might be a pick that Light has read, banning out the Requiem Roana. So the Para's down her natural follow-up, but at the very least, we'll have the Solitaria. And, you know, we did say Light was likely to pick 2 mages. Is this Solitaria going to be on book? I think that's going to be an intriguing answer. I want to find out in game.
If it is, that's nice, right? Because he has, like, that's what you say in the draft where you have kind of redundancy. Get that Soulburn game plan going. However, they may not be in effect. It could just be a normalized, what do you call it, Solitaria to fight these Fireflans. But I would love to see what happens.
Last pick, 10 seconds. Going against the debuff.
You can tell he wants to stick with his Soulburn game plan here, but I think a lot of characters don't no longer fit the profile of what he wants to do. Designer Lilibet comes out, and Lionheart Sirmia. That's going to counterplay all the counter and extra attack that Light has stacked up on his team.
Yeah, I think you got to get rid of that Lionheart and potentially the Dilibet. It might be just a 5 handshake, because then you have that para. Potentially, depends on the resist, of course. But I could see maybe both 5s getting banned.
Extra damage, some type of cleansing. Solitaria and
okay,
Sirmia.
wants that Solitaria out of there. I was curious to see what she was rocking, but here we go.
Game 3. 1-1 tied. Payra starting from SYAC side. We've got double Payra on the field.
Against the designer Lilibet, the blue Payra no longer wants to use her S2 for the extra turns, but we're just going to be ramping the S1 right into the red flank. We banned the Solitaria for this. This is a red flank show, ladies and gentlemen. S3 will come out now. Does the Lilibet survive? This is going to be a tough one.
No way.
Oh, just barely lands the kill, and she's out of there. Beautiful ban there from SYC. Allows his fire plan, the game plan in the works.
Don't put all your faith in
Immunity and barrier is up.
Another S1 crit for
Oh
Payra.
my god, that is so
lands
bad.
as well. That is not good.
What happened to that evasion? And that is Elite just says, okay, you take this one.
SYAC.
Quickly done.
Moves himself into match point. Light is now being put in check in 2-1 in this best of 5. One more win, and SYAC will be moving on to face off against Facepump. Man, what a game. We were just talking about how, you know, we saw the reversal of last set where the player goes up, then their opponent starts to create this narrative of a reverse sweep. And oh man, guys, if you're a global fan, do not let this be the way. Start cheering for him. Give the man your energy because he needs it.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
of course,
certainly
we're not biased at all, right, guys? Definitely we want
Oh, I am
SYC also
biased.
to come
I'm not
through.
even hiding
However, sense light your spirit energy.
Take my energy, man. I am biased. I'm not even trying to hide. The mask is off completely.
I never had the mask on.
Yes, sir. I never had the mask on. Not for a day.
Yeah, SYAC.
We are rooting for Light, but man, SYC G-Clef looking so good there. That draft dominant. I think Light had some answers, but he's really showing that maybe SYC did a little more homework. He's identifying in the draft phase here that he can kind of take advantage when it comes to speed.
I mean, Flan cannot be used in this round, in this upcoming round, because of a Lunatic format. But, oh man, Afternoon Soak Flan still hits very hard. It was also being used by Nero once today. So there's a lot of versatile units out there. Let's see, a lot of chat. Global energy ball, okay. We're collecting the energy. Send up some light over here if you can. But SYAC.
Once again, guys, we're all professionals and we are unbiased. SYC, both players looking very strong right now.
Oh yeah, SYC can just get away with this. Aram, C, Phantom Politis, banned out from SYAC amid Nakwal ban from Light.
Yeah, Light wants to eliminate all possibilities of SYC somehow making just a really aggressive play with these openers. And last match bans away the Requiem Rowan in order to disarm the Payra, but SYC still found the answer with that red flank. And this time we're gonna first pick a Mediator Kaweri, who we really, really do not want to deal with any more of these dang debuffers. We need to lock them out. No better man for the job than the hand guy.
Yeah, and an upgraded hand guy at that, Valky. Not only does he get rid of those pesky debuffs you're talking about, but he can also just delete units from the game files as well now.
And this is where the match gets a little bit scary for Light. He just used the Solitaria last match, so she will be locked away. And now, without a focus holder, this Urban Shadow Shoe, we saw her go crazy once. She looks like she's postured to go nuts again.
Scrolling through. Need some extra damage. Fire Cecilia, no
Really
way.
hovering through
Adventure
all his
Ross.
options.
Tori's banned.
Open the gates to paradise.
Okay.
Well then,
Bellying into that festive Ida.
Mort in that lock
Oh,
slot.
that's a quick Mort.
No counters. Young Senya?
Oh no. Oh, this is where the game gets a little bit scary. So many AoEs for Light with the Billion and with the Festive Ida, and now... Oh!
Okay.
Oh, he's going
little
all
reversal.
in then. Oh man, we were just saying, you know,
Yeah.
like he can't really play slow here, but with the strays and potentially, do we see the GCK as well?
I like the strays too from Light. It's probably going to be a ban bait, but because, you know, with the speed that SYC is showing, if that strays gets that turn, it's going to be just one of those units traded off quickly. So just like SYC did in the past, I like that. What does he pick on 5 though? Eligos being hovered? I don't know.
About 20 seconds.
I think he could go with a lot of options. I think Eligos is fine.
Ojito el
Guard Captain
morticio
Proud
con
is
la
fine. Even
seña.
top model Luca is
Sí, la
fine.
seña niño.
SYC's already defaulted to a rather turtle composition here, so a variety of things you can do, and you just go for an elemental advantage.
Crow.
Defense scaling, lots of utility between stuns, and so much damage if he gets those soul burns going. And I like that situated into these green units, as well as being a defense scaler, he doesn't have to worry about the injury from Urban Shadow Shoot.
Young Senya banned. Strays getting out. Not making it in the field.
Have to eliminate that strays. Anytime you can't speed contest him, he just does way too much for the first player.
And we start with Festivita. Soul Burn.
Souls on deck. You see a Taga Hells plus the Crow artifact. Another 10 souls on top.
Let us begin.
The Green Mortalix. Oh,
I know.
providing some shields.
You're in for a surprise.
She pounds the S3 into the belly and limiting her damage potential, and now I think Light bought himself a little bit more time and reaches everything all in this haste. Wow, Proof of Valor, that's so tanky. We saw this hand guy close games earlier, and this time we're soul burning the Guard Captain Proud too. Does this damage go
The
through?
Scorching
Will we
Flames.
see a chunk of damage?
Not bad, but that's still going to be a lot of activations he needs to clear that Blood Moon haste out.
Need half HP more to go through. Just popping S3
Luckily, he
Apocalypse
did
for
buy
the
himself
provokes.
some time. Yeah, those debuffs, those silences. Now, hopefully some provokes come through for Light. Push back as well.
Ah, y esa duda al pie.
Cool attack coming from the belly, and that's what he needs.
The
Counter
counter.
attack from the more skill defense break the set.
Very fortunate.
Now, don't be a
And here we go. As time I was earlier, the stun coming through. Look at that. What a sick animation. Pushing back too. Lots of control coming out for Light.
fight a losing battle.
Make sure that haste can't do a thing.
In this distortion,
Here's Nature's Restoration. Providing all the buffs.
No hay inmunidad, así que no van a poner ni un buff ahí.
A
Yufin.
lot of fighting spirit in the Abyss Fiend. Take note of that.
Aún no tiene la pasiva,
We have to
ojo.
make sure we
Aún no
have
activa la
access to it. We're
pasiva
taking a
la
lot of time to
idea,
get
así
rid of this
que
Blood Moon haste.
Ooh, soul
tiene ahí una
consumed.
reserva de daño.
Billion goes. She's gonna be full fighting spirit. However, all debuff does land. The fixed damage is there, but I don't think this is gonna be enough. The both Urban and Shadow
Es Saurius esa Yuffie.
I'm
Okay.
ready to go. Tank Yufin though, so not going to be the most threatening unless I'm reading this wrong.
Counter attack.
Otro counter.
Another miss from the blind.
Now with that speed down, though, we have some counterplay. We could get some lap action. Need to take out this haste, and then quickly take out the Yufine as well, because that trauma is going to clear the debuffs.
This haste
And we
is
have
so
that immediate acquire
tanky.
S2.
Ahí probablemente le pega al
That's
cabo
what I see.
Ricar para que haga menos daño con la S2.
Gained
Ah, no.
this much time.
Se quiere sacarle encima.
Goes down.
¿Va a tirar ulti?
Plenty.
No, si tira ulti bueno, va
Now as we go to
a salir
Frenzy
la Eda y va a chingarse a toda, creo.
2, and we see some extras.
Nothing in this world is free.
And it doesn't look that good for Light anymore.
Ojito.
And I think this.
Oh, the
Oh no, the
shred.
extra attack from the haste. It just does so much to the hand guy.
Tiene otra ulti este.
From the
On
crowd.
Soul Burn, so it's gonna be
Acá no sé si
less
se halla el
damage.
haste, sí. Sí, sí.
It is enough to finish. And with the hand guy S2, however, the more barrier comes out.
If you're scared,
That's some extra barrier though.
Acá no
Right
creo que haga
before this is
tanto daño.
On the Yufin?
Sí.
It's not enough.
That's just the amount of the
The
barrier.
injury is too much.
Ahora si pega, ojo que si pega ulti la Shuflin va a salir la... Sí.
Ripping off
El
his shirt, and then you're gonna go
Mortelix.
straight into the Abyssal Yufin trauma.
The fear is on. It's all about the fear. And the GG is called. Light gets knocked out from the tournament. That's why AC will move up with a 3-1 score. Feeling confident.
Wow, no pop off.
Versus has to go against face
Ice
bump.
cold killer right there.
Yeah.
Almost as if he knew he had the match all along.
I think those were the least reactive, like for a 3-1 set that we've seen here. But you gotta imagine they're going through all the emotions. Light wondering what he could do better. SYC kind of a sigh of relief. What a game!
That
And
ace.
here we do see the more, even with only 1 kill, MVP of the match, solely due to the fact that it just kept the Bellion counterattacks under wraps. And one thing to point out, yes, Light did pick that Festive Ida on 3, but I don't think she got to see the full effect of that pop-off, where she got the extra attack, the additional damage, and over time, Urban Shadow Shoot just completely outvalued her, and as a result, walked over that Guard Captain Crown, the Mediator, and the Bellion, completely falling apart.
Yeah, and the Blood Moon Haste, even though he didn't do much, the fact that he was on Proof of Valor and just took so many actions to get rid of Light, couldn't buy himself enough time while that Urban Shadow Shoot was ticking. The Mort Berries coming in clutch right at the right moment, and that Abyssal Yufin, the second answer he had ready, had just barely enough health to activate.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Light was lacking damage when he had so much available. Here's the highlight between the two. Let's go over the rounds from the first, because SYAC has to play a face pump immediately after.
if you're scared,
The Harsetti game, Light had a really good start to the best of 5.
A little head
Yeah,
scratch.
a bit of a head scratcher there in terms of turn order. I don't think he liked what he saw. And that was one of the few cases where we saw Yup. Oh man! We know this hand guy could do damage, but third match between the Blood Moon Haste
Pobre Light, boludo, yo pensé que le iba a ganar.
everything.
Yeah.
He really couldn't carry a game like that again.
What a polar opposite. Maybe some false confidence that kind of bit Light in the rear end in the end there. However, in this first game, Light looking pretty good. SYC head scratching, down 0-1.
Your final blow.
And then this is the knockwall start and the control with the binds on 2. But didn't bind the Bellion and the Haste. We thought it was maybe okay.
Maybe okay, but despite that, the knockwall power just kind of came through, controlling that Fenny. The Fenny counter pick was so ineffective here. And with those binds, with those defense breaks, everything came through, and all the damage from that Ida, knocking him out.
And I think this match was a great example of that. Ida, whenever you can get her activated off of a counter attack, off of an opener AoE, she just completely takes over the match with her additional damage. But in cases where she is hiding itself and she's being shy all game, doesn't really have the same level of presence.
The Bazit, extra fixed damage kept on
Oh, and this was a
stacking
super
too.
quick one. The Fire Plan making it through and just having her run with it. Tillabek getting taken out. That was a counter pick for that blue para, but very, very quickly deleted.
Oh, yes. Flan auto dual attacking.
The little clap. I missed that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that the first time around.
This was game
And
4.
here, originally, the tempo, the turn order looks so good for Light, but
It really did.
oh, between the tank Abyssal Yufin and the Urban Shadow Shoot injuring and just chipping down not only the HP but the damage deal dealt by these characters really let him out tempo Light there.
Yeah, and the Sweet Miracle plus that speed up from the shoe was able to counterattack. I thought Light was going to have that tempo advantage with all the debuffs landing, but with how many turns it took to get rid of this Blood Moon Haste, look at this shoe. That dual attack, so unfortunate, just everything not going Light's way. You're going to see a more barrier pop up as well, right in time to save the Abyssal Yufin.
Even with that much control coming down from the guard, Captain Crow, Wearing and everything, the damage
if you're
was
scared,
just getting soaked up by that haste. releasing these other three to pop off for SYAC. And the Mort finally bringing down the dragon.
And the Mort rips that shirt off. You know, the party's getting started.
And the party finished.
With that, I think SYAC will be moving on up against Face Pump right there. Ooh, what a series.
Yeah, 3-1. 3-1.
Ok, el Face Pump y CX se van a enfrentar.
SYAC does have to fight Face Pump.
Yeah.
Very soon, after a few minutes. So, we'll see. SYAC versus Face Pump.
We talked about this yesterday, G-Clef. Let's see how much homework they did, right? Because they didn't know which opponent was going to make it through. We were both saying we thought Light, by the way, G-Clef. Now we're 1-1. A little fortunate. Guys, we needed more energy, spirit energy for the side of Light. But SYAC, you got to give him props, man. What a dominant finish.
Yeah, my pick'em's completely boomed today, and as a global enjoyer, I'm in shambles. But as an RTA player, guys, make sure you're repping Light, and next time you see him live, go say hi, go tell him he did great. Because for me personally, I think to go from 16th seed in the global brackets to make it all the way here to day 3 of main matches, I think that's an accomplishment.
It is. It already is, and he also gets the prize pool and also the frame of being in the main matches. Of course, your realistic goal, I think you really want to be in the top 3 or even the champion. But sometimes things don't work out, and that is what it is. It does happen. And 3-1, 3-1 will be the final score of the lower bracket 2. But we don't finish there. We have one more match to go through. Lower bracket 3. So instead of 4 matches, it's 3 today. But keep that hype, keep that energy going, and just make sure to give some support for all the players, honestly, not just for the global players out there, for all the players playing in the tournament, and also all the content creators as well as Baki and Car6. So before we get ready for the last match of the day, we do have to take a break, and it won't be long. And it's right before we find out the third person making it to the offline Korean stage happening in 2 weeks. So we'll take a short one when we come back, the final match of the night.
Me mandaron un mensaje en el chat. Que estoy todo recallado, lo tengo en el celular ahí. ¿Dónde puedo gastar mucha energía? Todavía no me terminé el pase. Bueno, gastátelo en donde más lo necesites, básicamente. Si te falta charms, hacete la historia de 10. Si te falta equipamiento, hacete cacería o ruptura. Si te faltan catalizadores o runas, hacerlo en sus respectivos contenidos. No hay más. Voy a aprovechar y voy a ir al baño.
welcome back everyone to E7WC 2025 lower bracket final match for today. Only one will remain. Facepump versus SYAC, the two winners of earlier today's matches. Let's see. Very different in play style, and we know what Facepump wants to do. Probably had some time to change the equipments, but did he really have that much time to change his game plan? I don't know. SYAC had somewhat of a less time to change the equipments and so on, but very different in style. Facepump, can he cleave the way into that top three? And SYAC, we've seen that Blood Moon Haste. Can you cleave that character with that much HP with proof? I don't know. There are some lots of questions, and I'm sure a lot of you were thinking about the same thing. Ta-da! That's today, day 3, live. Extra leaves, extra golds for everyone. Put those codes in, and I'm sure we will also have that pinned on our chat as well, Twitch and also YouTube. Thank you all for watching. This is the moment that you've been waiting for. Sadly, the global qualifiers are gone from the tournament, but you know, tournament's gotta continue until we have the final champion, the winner. Thank you for the coupon code, day 3 live. And now, guys, I asked the question, what do you think are the chances out there? Car, do you think Facepump can just continue his style and cleave the way? Is it possible?
I'll say this, G-Clef. After watching how SYC kind of dismantled Light, one of my favorites to win it all, I think all bets are off the table. However, I don't think Facepump is even thinking about the number calculations. He's just got to play like he's been playing. I want to see a 3-0 cleave, a sweep from Facepump.
Oh, okay, 3-0. We'll keep that in mind. Fuck you, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, I think I'm sort of reading this a little bit differently, because this is not the first time these guys have matched up against each other. The last time they matched up, it did not look good for Facepump. And like he said in that interview, G-Clef, it looked so bad that some of his supporter even left him. So I'm sure he's thirsty for blood and he's ready to lock in, come back with a vengeance this time. 3-1 Facepump.
3-1 Facepump. Last time they went up against each other from the quarterfinals, it was actually match number 2. Facepump 0, SYAC 3 was the score. And the match that actually didn't look like Facepump at all was actually the match with the 3-0 victory for SYAC. Will that happen again? I don't think so. It's been weeks away from it. Let's take a look at the player data first and talk about the players a little more. Here's Facepump. A little updated, a lot more Yafines, some Amid. But Kise, the Ice Kise was locked from the opponent Lilius.
Otra para la mid player, como siempre.
Maybe SYAC, after seeing that, might have a different answer against that Amid, but there's one, at least a guarantee. And Valky,
yeah, the mid hasn't been as effective. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at this stage in the tournament, everybody kind of knows each other's hands. You know what cards your opponents are hiding. So for Facepump, even a meta strategy like this Almond Cleave that we saw has multiple ways of being dismantled as long as you come prepared with the red Politis, with the red Lilius. So it's actually his backup strategies, that Briar, which I'm really intrigued about, and I'm so ready to see more of her and what Facepump planning on doing with her. Just whatever it is, don't let SYAC have that first turn against you, man.
That's gonna be rough. Some speed tuning. Pretty sure they watched the other matches that happened tonight. And here's SYAC Car 6. Does he have the perfect tuning against Facepump tonight?
I think he's in very good form, man. I think SYAC, in terms of the top 8, kind of a sleeper pick. A lot of people were underestimating him, but he was dominating early on, and how he played against Light right now, I think he is going to be extremely, extremely scary for Facepump. He's just got to kind of navigate the field. He's a lot more of a flexible player, so if he can draft extremely well around things like that fast Briar Witch, if he did his homework, SYC could take this one.
Looking like that Urban Shadow Shu is one of the key hero for SYC today. Let's see if they go through or get stolen away from the opponent, both having some data on each other from watching the other matches. Here's a head-to-head record, 5-5. Win rate, of course, very high still. First time win rate, slightly higher, slightly lower, because this is the updated version now. But we'll see if the hope from Asia Facepump makes it in, or a second player from Korea, SYAC, goes up to that top 3.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time in any matchup that we've seen where the player stats are so tight. I mean, exact same head-to-head win-loss, and their win rate so far has been really close. First turn ratio, first turn win rate, just neck and neck as well. This is going to be a tight matchup, if anything, and I'm really hoping Facepunk's got the spirit, the guts with him this time to hold strong and stick to his playstyle and play what he knows. Those matchups that he knows so well look so clean.
Huh. And the camera's on for both players. Looks focused, looking good.
Yeah, Facepump looking locked in. SYC though, very, very disarming in his demeanor, right? Even against when he won against Light, you didn't see too much emotion there. So, you know, cool, calm, and collected. This guy's a killer.
Lower bracket 3. The match is on. Round number 1, Facepump on the left, SYAC on the right. Basarunka, Briar Witch sniped from SYAC. Harsetti and Lone Wolf Paragon from Facepump.
Yeah, I was saying if SYC does his homework, that Briar Witch, a lot of players underestimated. She's so fast. Now he locks in that Renok in the first pick.
That could be trouble. We know the first pick player generally has a strong advantage coming into this, but Facepump sticking to the game plan. We've seen them, this is I think the 3rd or 4th time we've seen this now, the Luna into the Euphine. Very adaptable on the ladder. You think this is a very flexible opening, but we know Facepump is posturing for that Ahmed off the 3rd pick.
With Zio.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That's something you don't want to
immediately
see.
dropped the Zio, steals the first turn away.
Oh my god, he's also hovering. Okay, yeah, maybe not on the lock spot. Afternoon Soak Flan, we've seen how effective this character is. Insane damage, and she's gonna be band protected.
That's why I see teasing us a little bit, that I can speed the way out of you versus Facepump.
Maybe you think a little mental, little
I know,
mind game
some
action?
message
Yeah.
sent to the opponent. I think that was the intention, right?
That's part of it.
Because you don't.
It's a lot of emotional damage because we know Facepump is a player that likes to vie for the first turn, try to get that control for himself. Now he has to pivot Solitariat to hold the red flan, as well as the Infinite Horizon Acades, just generically to try to sequence out any debuff. What I am worried about here is that Renok has no mitigation coming in, so she's going to be able to wreak full havoc if Facepump does not just force ban that first pick.
Yeah, and if he doesn't force ban that, that's maybe why he kind of pivoted. We saw in the past where instead of Solitaire, he goes over the top with things like Rand. Successor Teiyu comes out. SYC's draft is looking so scary.
A lot of damage.
Oh man, we've seen the Spirit Ice Link do so much work for aggressive comps, but Zio and Successor Teiyu is such a strong combo. I don't believe we've got to witness them work together yet. It's just been banned away every single time.
And banned away again, indeed. However, now the Renox coming through and there's no mitigation. The damage is going to be so high. Can Facepump survive this?
Will be the question. Lots of single target damage. And the game's on.
I'll show you what the true
Starting with
vessel is
Zio
capable
for
of.
SYAC. Way too
I
fast.
am the
Our
rightful ruler.
UI is broken.
Way too fast for the bar. We don't even see anything. Oh no.
It's Zio and then Renok.
Aren't we?
But we have, luckily we have the in-game bar on the left.
Come on.
Not to
Stealing
worry, but
away.
this is what I am worried about
Go
here.
first.
Something.
Go
On
for a little bit of stats from
Acades.
the Infinite Horizon Acades coming through. Uh-oh, she might pop like a grape here.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Instant kill. And Solitaire is almost dead too. Decrease events. Some AoE damage.
And look how many souls SYZ has. He's so positioned here. Just such
Bam.
a first turn advantage. Solitaire getting taken out.
And the second.
Takes out the Solly. It's a 2v4 already. This is looking really bad for Facepalm. However, SYC needs to still play this endgame out. His team comp is almost entirely out of gas. The Spirit Eye runs a protection scheme that's going to get him another turn. And finally takes a little bit of HP off the Luna as well. S3 comes out, looking to secure their turn team's future.
Yeah, and you saw there that she had no buff, so the Nimble Sword procs weren't in effect. Still enough to knock out the Solitaire. Now the Fire Plan is going to be able to get some focus. Bending in the Koi Fish. Going to do some big damage to Moon Luna.
It's hollow justice.
Almost
He's on there. And now I think this is the only chance he's got. You got to soul burn this Luna and hope you think he gets the job done.
Oh, no
but
soul burn.
Renak is closing in on your team. You're going to have to hope for a counter or something once the seal comes through. Oh, resisted by the flank. He wanted to greed the souls for the Yuffie soul burn, but... Oh god, this is looking tough.
Soul burn for on the Yuffie.
Lands a hit though.
Oh, what that?
Are you going to provide some entertainment?
Can you?
Y acá vamos a depender de los counters.
Not too much.
Vamos a ver la flamba. Va a bajarle las estadísticas.
What is this Yuffie now? We actually do not know.
She's getting focused now, but the Fire Plan with that attack break, she's hanging in there. Pilfer though, that's gonna be a lot of stats lost for your hyper carry.
You're right.
Goodness.
Stolen away and counter
Oh, she's knocked out.
was there, but damage from the flan cannot be stopped. SYAC with the first win. Facepalm had some different type of calculation. Did not end up working too well with the Luna.
Between the pre-bans, G-Clef, the Zeo being in there, he had to pivot into a more defensive lineup, and we know that's not Facepump's MO. I'm now a little worried. I was having a lot of confidence in coming out the gates, but SYC might have just done his due diligence, and he looked really, really good.
SYC's draft here looks so clean. 1 kill for every single character. Even though it doesn't say 1 on the Renak, the additional damage killed the Infinite Horizon Acades, but I wouldn't count Facepalm out just yet. That is one of those typical first match, first pick advantage you see with SYC being able to pick up the Renak and leveraging her to be able to take that quick win. Now that, you know, we're done with the first game, we're done with the first pick. If Facepalm is indeed the stronger player, he'll be able to find a way to make a comeback. I'm sure of it.
It's only 1, but 1 step closer to that offline stage for SYAC. Looks very strong with Renak being open. It's not that common, but whenever she is allowed, I think she has an insane win rate, by the way.
Yeah, Renak into Zeo is just pretty rough. You saw Zeo not doing too much in terms of speed since Facepalm kind of pivoted out, but still the damage on that Solitaire just from the S3 alone, cutting her in half, and then that lets the Renak both double dip onto that Acades and also landing that early kill in the Solitaire. And as you saw there, that last focus was needed, a 1-tap that you fiend in the end.
Renak 15 times
one
played.
of the really nasty things Renak enables you to do as a speed player is because she is green and all of the pilfer stats makes her tanky, she is a nightmare for a Miki to close out. So that is a cleave comp you can't even bring a Miki to. Very, very scary pick indeed. Glad she's out of the game. Now the game will look a bit more fair.
Hallelujah. Assassin Sid, Ron, Amid. A lot of snipes.
I like that. So with that Briar Witch taken out from SYC, Facepump also doing his homework. That Assassin Sid you saw busted out from SYC. He might still be having nightmares of that unit. Tori, first pick from Facepump. Very versatile.
Uh-oh. Some mental damage again from SYC. I like this.
No, I think he's just
the hovers.
He said, I saw what Nero did with this unit. Don't even think about it.
It's different
Tenebria
this
is the
time.
pick.
All right, let's do this.
A Ross Steel.
You take away the Ross from the Tori there, but I'm not sure I'm a big fan of Tenebria being picked up so early. But there you go. The Aram Litica Facepump just immediately floors the gas. We're getting in the car.
That's the Facepump I
Speaking of
know.
getting in the car.
Blue Pera. Melissa? SYC is hovering over these interesting
he's thinking
units.
about it. He's probably more so thinking about the Requiem Roana, if anything. But the real scary part is Facepalm has the first pick now. He gets to dictate the terms of combat. I think Amiki is a much stronger pick. Facepalm now, if he wants to race, he needs to swing out 2 speed imprints. In this case, still a little bit scary. 2 picks to pinch that Amiki.
And
yeah, I like those final 2 picks there.
For the counterattacks.
Morph been very effective in this tournament. A Robin being hovered, I don't think so. Celine instead we see this character has to be respected. Otherwise, she just destroys the lineup. And there you go, handshake on the 5.
Mort getting banned on the left. And we go in. Don't need time for the imprints. Lidica starting.
Ooh, straight race. Lidica does take first turn. That's the advantage. If you're the fastest player, you'll be able to cheat out a little bit of speed versus the other guy. Full burst immediately lands all 8 debuff. This is looking bad for SYC.
That's a big start, and that's the face pump return to form that he needs to come back in this set.
Who will stand against me?
Oh. Already the barrier
activated.
Mm-hmm. Not looking too good for SYAC.
A lot of tempo. S3 now from that S2.
That's
oh
GG.
My God, the yield
Immediate win for Facepalm.
Oh.
Wow.
That was so clean. A ROM turn coming up next, and we've seen that one plenty of times. Surely to pull the Requiem Roana again, and we're looking to set back SYAC even more. That was a really well-fought set. And Facepalm really gambling on the fact that he is the speed player, he is faster, and he will gear gap SYAC. That was a, you know, as much as I hate hyping up a gear gap victory, that's how you do it.
I mean, that's kind of the game plan he signed up for, right? With that Briar Witch gone, he's got to flex that Lidica, and it definitely worked out there.
Yeah, that was almost a Tori, I would say a bait. SYAC just got baited 100% with the Adventurer Ross, and picking Tenebria that early might have hurt him a little bit. Facepalm on his game plan. Now 1-1 tied in this best of 5. Back in game, but the problem is now Rinok, Zio, those heroes might just have to be pre-banned again.
I think so as well, especially for Facepalm and how he plays. He's going to have a lot more room to breathe, though, in the situation. But as we've seen, SYC definitely experienced when the games go further. Facepalm's kind of got to close it out sooner than later.
Yeah, and I think if Facepalm wants to keep up this tempo, he just got one back. And guys, once again, we see the first round first pick player go up 1 and the other player completely reverse sweep him. We saw that twice today. If this is indeed the 3rd time we're going to see this, that's how you do it. You have to take away the Zio and you have to take away the Renak, and bada bing bada boom, there she is.
Ciao, Eda.
Can't allow those for SYAC. Oh, Festive Ida and Luna Band on top.
Yeah, I like the Luna, especially. Facepalm has shown it hasn't been super effective, but he does like that unit. Oh, a Veronica coming out early.
We're going in again.
I wonder what that might mean.
But Briar Witch is
out
on,
a speed
though.
imprint.
Oh, you know.
But yeah, Valky, what do
maybe
you think?
seeing a girl with a sword, maybe an eye patch, maybe some, you know, a passive where the
Oh my God,
it's the
Bowling!
other way. Okay.
SYAC.
Oh, I think that was
Wait
too. Was that too telegraphed?
Guys,
I hope
if
Facepalm
we
has
know,
a plan
he
B.
certainly knows. That's
you know,
my guess.
Most people on the ladder, if they draft like this and you just steal the BBK, they actually get really stun locked. And I hope Facepalm, for his sake, actually has a backup plan here, because this is something that happens a decent bit.
Surely, right?
Oh man!
Not only is he known for BBK, but that Veronica was just screaming that that was his game plan. Come on, Facepalm. I know we got a game plan. We got a backup. Go to the flow chart. Knockwall straight after that fire flan. He was showing that he has expertise with his character, very skillfully locking down his opponents.
Knockwall for the bind and steal. Steal. With the damage from coming down from Flan. Might be doable.
Yeah, and I think with the Luna ban away, Noctwell just gets you so much value here with that seal. Every character he's playing against has a passive, but as you go with the extra turn, the Moon Bunny needs to come out. So that denies the Noctwell a lot of ability to play the game, and the Veronica as well. But if you leave both character in, then it becomes a new paradox where the Veronica can trigger the Bunny, in which then Noctwell can take away all of her buffs. So this becomes a mind game for both players. Once again, a little bit of a 50-50, if you will.
Fiend with the burns?
Not only the burns, but also a very strong cleanser, right? Because we got to respect that knock wall. You could also got to respect a lot of debuffs coming out from both Sea Phantom and that Veronica. I like that Holiday You Fiend on 5.
It's a decent pick. If you're a little bit lost about that pick, it's because one, she's an evasion character, which is decent into Noctwell, and two, her passive resists combat readiness pushback, which makes her great versus Sea Phantom, both of Face Pump's openers. Not a bad pick, but once again, dude, oh my god. Face Pump gets really creative with the picks here. Another Fairy Tale Tenebria. You can Soul Burn to activate Red Flan as well as that Bunny Dominion, and then take away all of her buffs.
That's crazy. Both players was trying to counter this ban pick one at a time.
There's a lot of mind games, both in the picks and in this post ban.
Veronica ban
in the Veronica. So the Fairy Tale is going to make it through. That's a rare occurrence.
Taking out the speed. We'll see. And we start with the Spirit Eye Celine.
Her order is everything.
Oh no, that is so bad for Face Pump.
Face Pump, the Soul
With
Burn.
full buffs, you can say goodbye to this Fairy Tale.
Oh, that is a heartbreaker. The game plan was there, but opener Spirit Eye Celine completely takes the tempo out from under Face Pump, and now stuck in a very, very compromised position.
Yeah, we could kind of see that this was the moment. This was the intention from E7WC with the Veronica ban, but Face Pump with the remaining 3.
How do you like this?
Here's a seal on the Bunny.
But I'm still on vacation.
The Soul Burn.
Fighting it.
Yep.
Goes for the Soul Burn here. He's looking to actually take back command of the game now. Defense breaks, but Bunny steals the turn, cuts in by 4% ahead of the Sea Phantom. What is her artifact? Can she cleanse these debuffs?
Bird's eye view, here we go. Dragon Bright Senya now, Soul Burning, a little extra damage on top. Who are we going into?
This is where it could get scary, though, because this is also combat readiness pushing the Spirit Eye. Noctwell takes 10,000 damage to Spirit Eye next turn.
Yeah, and the Spirit Eye just has so many resources to work with. Scrolls on deck, Soul Burn, extra turns.
E7WC.
PG is called.
The speed
Vital
cut.
Siek viendo.
E7WC puts the series in check. 2 points ahead of 1 for Face Pump. I think this is a really good reply. He just lost a match to Gear Gap solely out of principle of losing a race, and now he gets Face Pump back with a surprise speed Spirit Eye Celine. Very well played from him.
Yeah, very well played indeed. Not only that, but the steal on the BBK. I know it's telegraphed, but still, to pull that off against Face Pump, you got to know he might have a backup plan. However, he just believed in the speed despite losing that speed battle in the previous game.
Fairy Tale getting knocked out.
I really, really like the way he lined up this trap. Oh, baits out the entire opening, steals the BBK, bans the Veronica, which is also the speed imprint, and somehow his first pick, Spirit Eye Celine, steals the match. That was beautiful.
All 3 games in game, only a couple of turns, not that many, couple of exchanges, and funnily enough, Sea Phantom Politis and BBK didn't do a thing. And it was just a couple of turns, and then you kind of have a feeling, okay, this isn't going well, and you know that you should focus on the next game. That has been the decision from both coming out, but 2-1. E7WC just literally 1 step away from being in top 3.
He's got to be feeling good here. Now all the pressure's on Face Pump. Not only is his opponent putting him in check, he's got to get 2 games now, and he does have first pick. So as we've seen, when he has that first pick advantage, I think sometimes his drafts are in his favor.
Ooh, and really strong target bans now. We're coming down to it. We're fighting for top 3, and these guys know exactly what to take away from each other. Oh.
Very nice counter pickup there. The Fallen Cecilia, not only is she just one of the best tanks, but a great pickup into Tori. In case she gets those cascades, she has tons of mitigation against the fixed damage. Desert Drill Bazaar, both a tempo utility unit getting cleansed, but also just in case his opponent wants to take it, no barrier inversion against my Fallen Cecilia.
Face bump. We had the Tori pick, and he actually came up with a win in the first match today. Now that was with the Festa.
Yeah, Facebook's got to be a little careful. We saw a huge barrier inversion kill from Narrow into things like this Tori, so hopefully he doesn't fall into that trap once again.
I'm sure he won't. That was with the Blood Senya, but this time new Blood and Haste, and also Conqueror Lilius in the protection.
And that is as consistent as a high value composition come. You got the Tori, which is a strong hyper carry if she's not hard countered. Blood Moon Haste, very good trade character, and Conqueror Lilius. I mean, look at how many openers are pre-banned. Conqueror Lilius being the only one left is still able to get face pump so much value. He could slow this down and play a tanky composition, or use this Conqueror Lilius, get ahead of SYAC, and cleave him again. Sage Ball being locked in, that's another power pick at this phase in the draft.
In the lock slot, not the most common place that Sage Ball to be picked.
Not give in to
Oh,
despair.
Imperial Illinois was
Stealing
available.
double knights, maybe leaving face pump without any room for a protection unit. There are some available options, but they're getting less and less. So now, you know, the Illinois, the Fallen Cecilia, it's going to cut off a lot of damage on the side of face pump from both the Blood Moon Haze plus that Tori. However, as we were saying, the Conqueror Lilius is still extremely strong. Her getting through here in game 3 is quite a miracle. But SYC's draft looking indomitable.
Indomitable is right, and that is the unique buff Imperial Illinois brings, and completely so tanky. Requiem Roana being picked up, I think, is decently strong. She's going to be a nice disruptive pick, but the signature damage that we see from her, I don't think you'll be able to see much of that through the Fallen Cecilia, through Imperial Illinois, just so many things able to hold back all of the output she has.
Yeah, and you also have that Sage Ball, right? Not only does he do damage, but his original job was an interrupt unit. And now we have that Conqueror Lilius plus that Hua Young. Oh my god, a Wukong! We saw this in the qualifiers.
Ooh,
last time Wukong was, I believe,
really sticking to his guns here with his aggro comp, but might be a little bit cooked. There's so many bait units to ban. There's the Wukong, there's the Empyrean, and Empyrean finally gets removed.
Tori gone. The damage from Tori will be
so the Lilius,
gone. So Hua
the
Young.
Lilius Hua combo made it through, but I think SYC has a game plan, believing in his tempo, his speed. Let's see what happens.
Let's go. Game number 4. Conquer Lilius with the starting turn. S3 for the Vigor's up. And the Hua Young
Vigor
combo.
attack buff. We need to see this damage come through.
17k.
I'll take your life.
Pretty good. But can you...
I'll make you kneel.
Soul burn?
Soul burns into the safe ball. We missed the defense break, but 2-turn provoke. May not be the most effective. This damage is gonna come through.
Brings
it needs
down.
to hit. It needs to be a banger.
Oh my!
Face pump!
Oh my
And
god.
the pair with the Requiem Roana!
Aren't in a question was the... We left up the combo, opting to ban the Tori, and we're paying the price in real time right now.
No wonder Facepalm wants to play this Hua Young so many times today.
Blue Slash comes in, PJB down. Only one Wukong attack down left for SYAC. Face pump. Looking
Just
like he's clutching
soul
this.
burns.
Soul burn comes through.
Yeah, but even the Immortal King, the Monkey King himself, is not going to be able to 4v1 this.
Watch me now,
It's gonna be tough. He does well in Rift, but not against the 4 in PvP.
Pick up.
2-2 tied. We're going to the final round.
Wow!
Face pump. That wave Hua, the summer Hua Young.
Combo. I think he was hoping he'd get some interrupt, right? Either from the Sage Ball, something to kind of interrupt the game plan from Face Pump. Otherwise, you were playing with fire, leaving up that Conqueror Lilius and that Hua Young. You saw the damage they can pump out, the synergy.
Someone said Wukong solo 1v4 is incoming, but not in this case. Oh.
You know, whoever said that, I just want to say I admire their optimism. I mean, if you look at this here, both players, actually, I would even say all inning on winning this match. SYAC kind of leveraged his next game too, picking out both of the premium knights, and both Fallen Cecilia and Empyrean Illinap really wanted to anchor the health of his characters, protecting his units against the overwhelming speed and damage that Facepalm brings. And I think Facepalm also did the same thing. Conqueror Lilius on 3rd pick. That is, I think, the only good cleave opener left to his name. I think SYAC's target banned them all, man. Like, you have no more options left. What is both players going to play in Game 5? That is such a huge question, and I'm so hyped for it.
So hyped. With this many bans, now likely Facepalm with the 2nd pick. SYAC will get to choose. And that Spirit Eye Celine is also open if he chooses to put that up again. All the way to...
I feel like maybe a pre-ban needs to come through, because we've seen G-Clap how strong that Spirit Eye Celine, and we've seen the speed on SYC's Spirit Eye Celine if it's the same one.
Oh yeah, it was indeed very fast. It started breaking things from the beginning. Spirit Eye Celine banned, see Phantom Politics, BBK ban along with that.
Okay, so it's really going to test the metal of Facepalm. How much in his roster does he have left in this Game 5 in the Lunatic format? I don't know if he's been in this situation before. He's going to have to bust out all the stops and get creative.
And Carl, you mentioned this flan, and Facepalm is not a Solidus guy.
Yeah, so we saw in Game 1, right? He tried it, and what happened? You know, he was on the back foot. The Acades just getting deleted. The Solitary not very effective against that Renock. It could be a little bit of a different story, and he might not have options left to kind of go over the top. So he might have to kind of acquiesce.
Solitaria not
Once
here.
again, we're going for the tried and true anchor in the Abyssal Euphine. We have seen her drop a match to this red flan, so he needs to be cooking something. This cannot be his trump card. This needs to be one of the insurance policies. And once again, we're setting up another speed imprint in this Veronica. No BBK to play.
Okay, so we're kind of establishing both our roles here.
Knockball
in the opener is very nice, though. Yeah, that's something you have to respect. However, we have some speed imprints, so Facepalm trying to come over the top right now.
Facepalm going all the way in.
SYAC commits the knockball on 3, thinking Facepalm is completely out of speed openers, and there is just one that managed to slip through the cracks, and not just anybody. Eligos, the boss himself, actually designed to be able to one-tap afternoon soak flan, but now all he needs to do is secure the first turn, and on top of that, make sure he has the damage load, because Blue Crow, if you don't finish him off, he will be swinging back, and he hits hard.
Oh, that's why I see. Did see him leaning back after the pick of Eligos.
Oh my God,
Blooming
2-2 scenario. I'm at the edge of my seat. Blooming Litica now comes out. Facepalm, a lot of aggression with that Abyssal Euphine anchor. Maybe another speed imprint on 5, depending on what SYC picks here.
God.
He has to get that first turn. Martial Artist Ken
bites into Wild.
Okay, those are great
such
pickups
a
on 4 and 5. The Martial Artist Ken is just a good anchor. Also going to be strong into the things like Abyssal Euphine when she's countering. Also, just the new buffs he received not too long ago could just start punching them in the mouth.
And the Lionheart Sirmia comes down. Wow, both players are drafting at the peak of their game. They're playing so well. Martial Artist Ken recently buffed specifically to counter the Veronica and Eligos combo. And wow, gets to stay in the game. Bystander Hwayoung is the one banned out. Lionheart Sirmia being traded.
With the bans. Final round, 2-2 tied. Eligos with the start. Facepalm. SYAC, who's going to be the winner? We'll find out.
Eligos does get that first turn.
There's the bang.
What he needed.
Full resistance.
Resistance. No damage dealt. Knockball actually cuts the turn. That is so bad for Facepalm. He's holding
He can't believe it.
Facepalm head in the air.
He can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, he needed that
those
initiative.
debuffs, and the flan resisted both. Oh, disaster.
And the ritual.
Bind 2, no counters.
No sword
Every
counter.
single character
Binds on.
reset here for Facepalm. Oh no.
Yeah, you see him leaning back here. Look what he's fighting. A blue crowd protecting a martial artist Ken, and you lost that initiative on the Eligos that you needed. Full steals, full bind.
There's a stun though.
Gets a stun though.
Okay. There's a start.
Any counterplay? Oh, a miss.
Oh, it's not good though. Koi Fish is here, and all of his characters are flushed out of stealth.
Defense break, Eligo's gone.
S3 takes out the Eligos. No briefcase this game. This is looking still very, very bad for Facepalm.
Some damage from Yefine.
Yeah, push back, defense up for his team. SYC needs to kind of just weather this storm, whatever Facepalm has left in the tank, and it's not much.
My heart is pounding.
And this Ludica, without that much debuff on the other side. Another stun!
Okay, she's putting in the work though. She's not giving up. The stun on the Ken was huge
Hold
to allow
up.
that Abyssal Yefine unharassed, and now you have the Veronica S3 coming out.
This needs to hit. If this hits,
bomb
it's
is
huge.
there.
Bombs and defense
pair.
break. It's not over for Facepalm.
Attack.
Hold up, everyone. Explosion.
Why are you interrupting my relaxation? We go.
Brain game, she's gonna get some more focus. Gonna be some decent damage. Facepump's team, not the tankiest. But this blooming Lidica is trying her heart out.
Oh, knock wall.
Oh, and we finally get the S3. This is going to be a lot of damage onto a red unit, though. However, a miss.
Ah!
Oh.
Painful, but the soul burn.
Soul burn.
Okay, damage is there.
Got the full.
Knockwall has S2 again.
Not enough to close, but both Crow and Ken are stunned. They effectively can't close out the game. This is still anybody's game. If Yufine gets another turn, I think Facepalm is back in it. This is so close.
Veronica cleaned out.
Attack from the flank. Take out the Veronica.
Facepalm, who do you go for?
Oh my god!
Can you land another? That's a miss!
Wow! Double miss. He was getting good with the stuns, but yeah, the 50-50s, also the misses on the flank. Another crane game comes through. More focus.
Still knows gone, but Knockwall alive with 973.
It is the time for penance.
Oh, Facepalm is the one that needs to 15% now.
Oh, the bind!
No, and the ultimate gets reset.
The counter didn't happen!
Oh no,
Facepalm
and his
blocked.
one answer
That
is getting
knockwall.
locked out. Another stun he needs on the crowd,
no
doesn't
stun.
land.
Doesn't look good for Facepalm.
Okay, no souls. Is
But
enough
the
to kill the
damage is
Ken?
enough! Hold up.
Oh my god, the crowd
us.
ultimately dead.
745.
Siegfried is about to come in. The skill 3 is gonna hurt so bad.
This is gonna do so much! Okay, SYC.
Let's see how long you can endure.
This is the moment. The run is there on your feet.
Most definitely dead.
29K!
29K for surviving that, and the follow-up on the
No, pues, no.
flan. Doesn't have S3s. This crane game enough to
No.
finish.
And no holy sack to bring him back in. Oh, what a heartbreaker.
Needs a
Lydica's
stun,
trying her
needs a
hardest.
last.
Stuns
Oh,
the
the
crowd
stun is here,
again.
but a turn too late. Another stun.
Joe.
Against the
Plan now,
flan.
Shirley with S3. That is it. Oh my god, what a heartbreaker. Facepalm almost brought it back from the depths of oblivion.
And GG, SYAC will be the winner in top 3. Coming to Korea in the next 2 weeks.
And finally,
Oh, there's
we
the
said he
pop.
was a stone cold killer all day.
Yeah,
And now he's top 3, finally gets the pop
I
off,
respect
shows his
that.
name.
Hold it
And
in
a little
until the
fist bump to
victory
go.
is
The
in
pump.
hand. You see the pop off. SYC, the fist pump. Oh man, what a game.
What a back and forth, a best of 5, man. Props to Facepalm, man. That he's got to feel it. The triple resistance from when he got the hit on, when he had the hit from Eligos. Oh man, imagine the feelings.
Yeah, the RNG was kind of just back and forth. That Eligos was just a heartbreaker, but then he got some clutch stuns, and then the trade-off once again, right? Lady Luck, not in his favor when it came to the elemental advantage. A lot of missed hits. That was extra turns he needed against that knockwall. It was such a back and forth, though. What an entertaining game to round out
It certainly
today's
was
matches.
one of the best games in the main matches, certainly. The bam picks, the mental fight between these two was amazing. The
Demasiado X.
All right, Eligos does get that first
There's
turn.
the bang.
What he needed?
Se pasa de...
full resist.
Resistance!
He needed that
those
initiative. And you
Okay.
this. Units don't got
And one of the characters are
Ano?
can't do much. much, so we know. But still, he's providing his presence. Okay, let's go back and have the highlight, a replay of this best of 5. Yeah, first turn, Renok was grabbed because of pre-ban.
First match was all the Renok show, and I kind of just want to take this time to highlight, you know, not only was this a tight series, but also Facebum kind of overcame a lot of odds against him, not only in the main stages, but in the Asia server regionals as well. Coming up first round into one of the favorites, Elf Mage, into Loss of Air, some really tough opponents, and he really clawed his way to make it to the point he did today, into the top 4, which
Bueno,
I think
voy a
is
mimir.
pretty impressive.
Chao.
Valky, tell him, guys, if any
Estoy
fans
con un
believe in
sueño
Facebook
terrible.
because he lost,
Gracias a
you're
todos
not a
por ver mi
true fan
directo,
because he
los que
put on
estuvieron
a
acá.
show for